There we go. Now my buttons are working. I was like staring at my stream deck like, is it gonna unmute? Oh, it did. Okay, we're good. We're okay.
You have a stream deck?
Yes, that's how I
Wait,
change the scenes.
I thought in my head that I was saying Steam Deck, but that's
Oh,
different.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I play
we're streaming
D&D
all of this
and
through a
like
Steam Deck.
yeah, with the controller VR.
Not a sponsor.
Nope.
But if
Yep,
they want to supply
not-
us with one, I will be appreciative.
Mhm.
Yeah, not a
all of us. All of us.
This
All of us. One
this
each.
stream is not sponsored, but have you heard of Bud Light? Make sure the logos are facing out, everybody. Just kidding.
Oh, I don't have mine. I'm sorry. I didn't know we were doing this.
I got sorry, mine's Kirkland brand Bud Light. It's
Oh.
Oh,
It's the thought that counts.
none of us drink. None of the rest of us drink, so we don't even know what you're talking about.
I got Pez candy.
Nice.
I've got sparkling ice.
That works.
I got Cheez-Its.
I
All
have
right.
4 different drinks.
So before we get into the episode, you'll notice that Erica is not in her spot on the cameras. I tried putting an arrow where her camera would have been to point down to where she is. I couldn't get it to work. Yes, Vampy Unicorn snacks are a must. 100%.
This is the invasive species version of Erica, where she starts invading other people's
cameras.
There's actually no one here right now. This is just a manifestation of her.
That would be so fun though. Like
She's
Erica
generated
just,
by
like, hops,
AI.
so she's here next time.
Just for each episode, she's in a different camera.
She's with Gavin like the next time. I'm the DM now.
I mean, I am just in the other room from you guys, so that could be easily. You're literally right behind this wall right here. But yeah. Yeah, so before we get into tonight's episode, Andrew, do you have any announcements for today?
Nothing crazy, just another plug. Make sure to check out our Patreon where you can get some exclusive discounts to our website. We'll also be doing some free handouts, and we're going to be setting up some gifting things for the highest tier subs as well. So if you want to check those out, just make sure to find the link. You can either go into the About Me section on YouTube or Twitch, or you can go to the D-Fourtress.com, and all the links and everything are there.
And we will be providing shout-outs eventually for all the patrons in the break thing, but until we get that going, I'll just do it right here to our one patron currently, D4Fan. I don't know if you're a fan of once again, I said it in some of the Aurora Expanded, I don't know if you're a fan of D4 and as in us, or you're just a fan of that kind of dice and it was fate. But thank you for your support. Also, shout out to Vampy Unicorn for subscribing again. Your support means a heck of a whole lot to
What's up, Vampy?
to all of us. Yeah, absolutely.
Always good to have you.
Yeah, always good to have you. It's just always great having you. And then one other quick little shameless self plug. We actually have our second campaign is now up and running, which we do every single Wednesday, same exact time though, so 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And that one stars Andrew and Erica, which you'll be seeing Erica sharing the same camera on that episode as well, as well as a couple new cast members, Jordan and Mason. So yeah, don't worry about it, Vampy. Don't worry. They get uploaded to YouTube the Saturday, so literally 2 days after if you want to watch them, they're there for you. No pressure. We appreciate all the support you give us anyway. No pressure. But with that being said, I think that just about covers everything, so let's go ahead and roll that intro. So, last time we left off, the Paragon had just completed their mission to take out the alabaster spine shells, which was a much more difficult battle than they seem to have been expecting. Near the end of the battle, Amelia called upon the voice in her head, and which seemed to channel strange foreign magics through her, and by extension, channel that same magic through Ardevon in just a split second. Following the battle, you were able to go complete the quests, collect your rewards, but Amelia seemed a bit distraught, leading to a bit of a falling out with Wayne. Upon reaching a mutual understanding, though, Wayne learning a little bit of personal boundaries in the process. The Paragon had decided on taking the reward from the mayor's office known as the Lantern of Revealing. And before heading out, they decided to take the rest of the day to unwind and decompress a little bit. Amelia paying for a spa day. A spa day for everybody. Now, during the spa day, it was pretty much everybody except for Amelia was taken off guard a little bit, with tensions being released that they never even knew they had. But eventually they set out on the path of Driften once more, and on their way they came across another adventurer, a gnome by the name of Franklin Theodorix, a self-proclaimed warlock who seemed to be struggling to set up a ritual of sorts. He had asked for help as he wanted to summon a few monsters to help protect him as he wandered the lands of Alabast. And upon the completion of the summoning, with some help from Wayne to complete the ritual, Amelia and Ardevon kind of readied themselves for trouble. And as he completed the ritual, two demons from the abyss came from the rift that opened up. A large monkey-like creature, similar to an ape, with orange fur, and a spindly winged creature that Amelia and Wayne were able to identify as a Barogura and a Vrock. And upon celebrating the successful ritual, Franklin cheered, only to receive an ape fist to the face and be sent flying away and out of view. And thus the demons turned their attention towards the Paragon. And that is where we'll begin. So, let's go ahead, go to the battle map. Let me activate it so you're all moved to the battle map.
Also, Jeremy, from the spa, we got 6 temporary hit points.
Great. Awesome.
All right. So, I need everybody to roll initiative for me, please.
They're a lot bigger than I thought they were going to be.
I got that 20.
Oh, nice, Wayne. Oh, that is...
Oh,
Possible did not get a nat 20.
Oh my
I
gosh.
was rolling like 22 and
Oh,
stuff,
dang,
and I'm
Ardevon.
like,
Nice. That is a 20.
wow.
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
that's my
let
first
me-
time
let
not
me,
getting a single digit.
Let me go like this.
I think it's your second time because once you rolled an 11.
My poor computer struggling with CPU usage.
Maybe.
Soon we'll get you a
Yeah.
new one.
All right, so we'll begin the combat. However, because they technically prepared because they technically prepared. So round 1 of combat. Everybody technically has the surprise condition, except for Ardevon and Amelia. So, Ardevon, you are free to go ahead and take a turn.
All right. I'm going to go right here.
Right into the fray.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And I'm
Straight
going to take the dodge action.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Solid. All right, and Amelia, what is your turn going to be?
So I specifically said, since it's a spell that you hold, I held magic missile.
Okay.
I'm not sure which one. Which one do you think the guy would have been at? Because I think she would have just thrown it in whatever spot he was closest to, maybe.
Whatever the where the gnome was.
Yeah.
So he would have had to be in like kind of this general area right here.
Okay. So we'll go for the
The
Oh my gosh.
Barlgura.
The Barlash.
Yeah, it's that R.
Swallow your
It's that
vowel.
R
I
that
wanted
makes
to-
it hard. It's
Barlgura.
just Barlgura. It's a Barlgura. It's really hard to do with an accent. Barlgura.
Oh, that's right. It has a hard time doing this spell.
Yeah.
Do you want me just to roll the 3D?
Yeah. Just go ahead and
3d4
roll. Yeah,
plus
3d4 plus 3.
3?
Yeah, 3d4
Yeah.
plus 3. Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Okay. Foundry. 3d4.
Yeah, Foundry
bop, bop,
does
bop,
not like magic missile.
Plus 3. There must be a way, but we don't know it. So I will roll that. Oh, wow. There we go. 11.
Oh, very nice.
So she just like, they just shoot from her hands, and she's like super shocked still.
And with that, you see it kind of just recoil and just and just kind of recoil and snarl in your at you as you're kind of in the cart or by the cart. And then now we can go to the top of the round proper. So Wayne, it is your turn.
I want to. Let's go ahead. I want to dual cast. Let me make sure I have myself targeted, and then target both these guys. Shift like that. I'm going to go ahead and dual cast Guiding Bolt at first level. That way, you guys can get advantage on it. Let's go like that. Ooh, 25 to hit
Yeah,
on both of them. I figured out how to do both, so I don't have to roll individually anymore. Boom, boom.
I think with that you still have to make 2 attack rolls though.
Does it?
Yeah, because it would be 2 individual saving throws, so it's still 2 attack rolls.
Okay, let me go like that.
But the 25 definitely hits. Yeah.
Okay. So, first one goes towards the Balgura, then I'll target the next one. Actually, let me roll damage
Yeah,
for that
go ahead and
one
roll that
first.
damage first.
That is
Oh.
17 radiant damage. And then we're going to target just this one. First level. And that is a dirty 20.
Yep, that does hit.
I love the
Oh.
effects of the guiding bolt.
Yeah.
And let's roll some damage.
Wait, so does Foundry look different? Is it just me?
Yeah,
looks different.
Yes, it got some updates.
It got
I
a
was,
big
I was
update.
pretty
Oh,
on
okay,
it.
That's
I'm like,
good.
it looks really nice now.
Our last
Right.
stream, I was pretty behind on
Well-
updates.
How to use these.
All right, so 12 damage on the
You have
rock.
12 radiant, and they are both glowing. Next attack on them has advantage.
All right.
Ooh.
That brings us back to Ardevon's turn. Your dodge action is now up.
Right, I was going to see if I could perhaps have attacked and then on this part use the dodge action. So I won't use up your advantage on your guiding bolt, but like
I will allow that. I will allow that.
Yeah, because the point, there was a
Yeah.
point to that.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
And so, yeah, he's just going to go for a swing on each, and then before they can act, he'll take a dodge action at the end of this turn.
Okay. Yeah,
We'll
I'm
go
okay with
ahead
that.
and-
That's not that. Yeah, that's more than fair.
Because that was my intention. Okay. 15 to
15
hit.
on the Brock. Just hits.
Nice. Yeah, it is different. Ooh. 14.
Nice.
And we're fully rested and everything, right?
Yep.
So I'll go ahead and I'll just do a first level.
And it
Divine
is
Smite.
a fiend, so you get one more D8.
Oh, sweet. Let me just add one more to that.
Yeah. So I'll do the add 13.
Oh,
damage.
wow. 20
Oh.
radiant damage.
Ow!
Okay. Sorry, sir.
Oh,
attack
maybe
your
I should
friend
have summoned
now.
more demons. Yep, that's
Okay.
gonna hit.
Sorry
That,
for
that
you too,
definitely
sir.
hits.
That's 12 damage. Okay, get ready, buddy.
Are you gonna be our kill stealer again?
I'm not trying to.
It's not even just kill
That's
stealer.
better. That's better. 4 plus 2, 6. Yay! Hey, you guys finish him off. I'm gonna take a dodge action and save for a while.
All right. Well, Amelia, it is your turn.
Are they still glowing, or is that used up?
They are still glowing. Yes.
Yeah, there's some.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I was gonna have. Oh, I forget. I can't see my
Yeah.
what are they called?
the
My
cantrips.
cantrips.
Yeah. So, the best way I found, double click on like yourself when you have like the select token.
Oh, it's different. It's different.
Yeah, and so it's like the fourth one down. I think is your spell book.
What do you mean by fourth one down? Give me
On the very right, third from the bottom, you have little tabs on the right. Third from the bottom is your spells.
Ah, that's awful.
Okay. my first time
Oh,
looking at
okay.
this
These little
thing.
tabs
It's fancy.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. Amelia will attempt to cast Frostbite. Oh. I don't know if I had him selected when I clicked that. Does Frostbite have a cool animation?
I don't think I've set one up yet.
Okay, we won't worry about it then. She was just going whatever one Ardevon's attacking. She was just gonna attempt to.
Ardevon did hit both of them.
Oh, let's just do the one she hit already then. We'll do the
All right.
Bargura. This one's a saving throw, and I know we talked about Amelia getting disadvantage or them having advantage because she's technically in combat, so she's really scared as she's casting all these, and they're just kind of she's not super focused, but she's slapping herself hey, you've got this, and she's trying to make it work.
All right.
Oh my God.
Natural 20.
Well, that's okay. It didn't work. That doesn't help her at all. And I think with that,
18.
am I allowed to go through this little space of the cart? Or do you think
Yeah. You're more than welcome to.
Okay. She's gonna hide then, because that's not good.
All right.
That's her turn.
Okay. Okay, so with that, at the end of your turn, it is now the Barlgura's turn. And he is not happy, so he is going to reckless attack Ardevon. So he'll have advantage. You took the dodge action, so it's just a flat roll. That is a dirty
Oh.
20.
That'll miss.
Alrighty.
Thank you, new armor.
And it is going
Just
to...
missed, yeah.
Brought to you by Ardevon Smithing.
And it's going to do a... it's going to do another one. And get even lower.
I imagine that first hit was a barely blocked. It was a huge impact.
Yeah. So that first one, the fist comes down as you just bring in that, bring the shield up over your head, and it doesn't cause you any damage, but it does force you down enough that it pretty much makes you take a knee. And then the second one comes in from below, an uppercut to kind of catch you. But you see it coming from your angle, and you just Dark Souls roll right out of the way of that next one.
Okay.
And then it will try and target you with a bite. Yeah, just definitely does not hit.
Awesome.
Got cooties.
Does the Balgura get reckless on all attacks, just like a rage does?
Yes, and yeah, just like it's a barbarian reckless attack, and now all attacks on him will have advantage until the start of his next turn.
Nice.
Okay, at the end of his turn, it is oh wait, he is going to move. He is going to try and just rush over here. So you're more than welcome to attempt an opportunity attack.
I guess I will.
At advantage too.
I accept. Oh wow, that was really low. 17.
17
Oof.
still hits.
Oh gosh.
And Sentinel, he is stuck.
Yep, you staying there, buddy.
All right.
Don't touch his
11 damage.
Huh. Note to self, add more demons.
Yeah, I just
Freaking
swept his feet
Ardevon.
underneath them.
You're not going anywhere.
Cosmo, it is your turn.
Yep, it's me, Cosmo. I'm going to bonus action rage first thing. And
All
then
right, so the
I'm going to
blank
roll my d8. 2.
2. What is
What
the
does
2?
that get me? Yes! Oh, my favorite one, the teleportation.
Oh, where are you gonna
Yes!
teleport to?
Yes. Okay.
That's perfect for right now.
Yes. I'm gonna teleport right there.
Don't forget you can move. You can move first and then teleport second if you like.
I teleported first
Right.
Yeah.
on instinct
That's
because that's the Cosmo that's
Go
at
with
the
your
driver
instinct.
in the driver's seat right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
As the blank goes over, you just see Wayne right next to you. You see Cosmo go as the tattoos light up, and the familiar, usually super
Swirling vortex.
super emotive Cosmo just does that blank wash and then just
Just
vanishes and reappears right in front of the Bargura as it was trying to go make a charge towards a group, and Ardevon just clips its ankle, causing it to stumble forward, locking its movement. As it falls forward, Cosmo just materializes in front of him.
I get advantage, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Well, I am going to attack with my great axe. Almost click disadvantage. Oh, does a 26 hit?
Yes, it does.
Yay!
Man, the way
Those are
you're
the
like,
questions that make
oh,
you
does a
feel good."
26 hit? Oh, dear me.
Oh,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And then that scary moment where I get to say, no, it doesn't.
13 damage.
Alrighty. Oh, whoops. I accidentally applied that to you. Describe to me how you kill this thing.
Yeah, okay. She's the swirling vortex. She disappears, reappears right next to it, and it can just see her face as she takes her axe and uppercuts its head right off.
Oh,
nice.
you just appear as it takes a knee after getting its ankle pretty much shattered by Ardevon, and it stumbles forward. You just materialize in front of it, kind of underneath it a little bit. The head flies off, and immediately from the force, the body hits the ground, and it just starts turning to ash as it dissipates to reform in the abyss,
All
leaving
right.
the material plane.
And then she's gonna run up to this one and use her second attack on it. Does that one?
I think
have
this one
advantage
still
too?
has the guiding
It
bolt,
does.
right?
It has
Yep,
a guiding bolt.
this one still has the guiding bolt. Yep. Oh!
no.
Oh my gosh!
I haven't
Nice.
had one of those in a long time. Oh yeah.
Go ahead and roll that critical.
Okay. 23 plus 2 is 25. 25 damage.
Nice.
Is it dead?
Yeah, remember when you're rolling for damage for that modifier, remember to add that
Yeah,
plus
I
2.
just barely remembered it. Thankfully, with the other one,
Yeah,
it was enough.
as you go in for that second swing, you see the light, that prismatic light that Wayne generated, kind of leave the body and kind of coalesce right to where your axe strikes to kind of guide in your axe, and it just sinks right into the chest cavity, super deep, as it just lets out this of pain as it stumbles back.
That'll be my turn.
Vivi, it is now your turn.
Sure. Okay. So, spying this flying thingy, Vivi pulls out his violin, does a little. Your mama is so fat. Your mama is so fat. It. Oh, shoot, what was this one? It. When she hauls ass, it takes her 2 trips. That's it. That's it.
Go ahead and
Did you cast Firebolt?
yeah.
I know that.
Well,
I
we
know
have
that.
the quote for this episode.
And just for the record, I'm aware that these jokes are very problematic. I will no disrespect. All
That
love.
is a 9 on the wisdom save. Go ahead and roll
Excellent.
your damage.
Let's see. Vicious mockery damage. Normal. 3 psychic.
It just, after taking that wound, it just kind of raises its beak and just stares. You get the most demonic, malice-filled stare right at you.
Yeah. He's very angry with me because I've insulted his mother. That is gonna be it. I'm good. Good to go. Maybe I'll hide over in some of these rocks over here. See if I can get any cover or not. Am I able to find cover over here? Maybe?
You can kind of see this boulder has some cover. You can kind of see with your sight lines. Yeah, so like right there. Yeah, you got a little bit of cover right there.
There you go. That's 30 feet.
Okay.
That's it.
Right. Well, now it is the Vrock's turn. And he is going to
Load.
There we go. Okay, he is going to kind of like do like a little like kind of do like a wing assisted jump right here to kind of like get to the other side of you guys. Here we go. Okay. And he is going to do stunning screech. So I need Wayne, Cosmo, and Ardevon make Constitution saving throws.
Constitution saving throw.
Phoebe just got out of there.
Yeah, true.
Right. Ardevon is fine. Wayne,
I rolled
you
an 11.
fail. Cosmo,
9.
you fail.
Am I able to use cutting words against this?
No, because it's
The saving throw.
it's it's your teammate's dice. Yeah, he's not rolling any dice.
You can make me fail harder.
Yeah, you can maybe you can make me fail alongside with them so that I'm not left out.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not an attack roll. It's a magic spell. It's not an ability check.
he's forcing them to make a saving throw.
Yeah, that's not what cutting words does. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so Wayne and Cosmo. So as it kind of goes, it like leaps over you guys and just lets out this screech, and you feel this magic entangled with it, kind of piercing your, just piercing your, piercing your ears, but it feels like it pierces your very core, and you are stunned. Where is a stun one? Go with paralyzed.
Oh, it's right here. I got it.
Oh, you found it?
Bottom left corner.
Ah, okay. And you are, and you are
There we go.
stunned until the start of the Vrock's next turn.
Ooh, is there any saving throw? Or does it just happen?
You just did the saving throw. You just
No. Like at the end of our turn is what I mean.
Nope, just until the end of its next turn.
Cool.
All right. Which brings us to Wayne. You are stunned and incapacitated. Which brings us to Ardevon. It is your turn, Ardevon.
Okay, I didn't want to take the kill, but I'm sorry.
It's okay. I got one.
yeah, okay.
And I helped you with the other one.
Okay,
Right.
well maybe that I won't.
The 11 doesn't hit.
In that case, I'm gonna attack with a 22 to hit.
That definitely hits.
In that case, I'll just attack.
That is a 13 more damage, and then we're gonna go
Alrighty.
to here and just try and finish this thing off. Hold on, let me. Yeah, I'll just. Oh, here we go, and add one more D8. Or 13 more, so 26 total.
Alrighty. It is looking really bad, but it is still hanging on.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
All right. Is that your go?
That's all. That's all I'll do.
All right, which brings us to Amelia. It is your turn.
Okay. I think she would like peek out and probably see what is happening.
Yeah.
Is Wayne the only one that's stunned? Or was also
Cosmo is as
Cosmo
well.
is too.
I would say
Okay,
you kind of see, like, you can kind of see, it's not like they're just standing there not moving. You can kind of see, like, they're tensed up, their muscles are locked up. It's almost like,
Okay.
It's almost similar to what they do to poor Neville in the first Harry Potter, where they just paralyze him, and it's like they're all just like super tense. All their muscles are like super clenched.
Okay. Well, knowing that and seeing them, I think knowing that Cosmo was just like a little bit, well, technically Wayne's faster, but Cosmo was like moving almost simultaneously with herself. If you'll permit it, I would like to cast Mage Hand, and since I'm telekinetic, it's like a 60-foot range. And I just want to slap Cosmo and see if I can get her out of it.
That's gonna be a pretty high DC,
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it
okay.
is.
but I would
worth a shot.
say make a spell casting check. So just
Wait,
intelligence check with your proficiency bonus. So an
So you're-
intelligence ability
It's a
check.
7, I think.
You're trying to
Oh, not a
slap
saving
me
throw,
out
just
of
a
my...
Yeah, yeah, just
Sound effect.
just an ability check.
Oh, just out of the effect.
Okay, let me just double check what that is.
I thought you were
4.
saying you wanted to smack me out of my rage.
I mean, usually I use
No,
Mage
out of
Hand
your
to take
stun.
that
Maybe it
down.
will
Okay.
smack you all the way out of your rage, all the way.
Depends on how
Okay.
hard you hit.
Hit her on the left side.
A 14. Yeah, that's why
14.
she can't see.
I would say you go and you try to do it. You try to do it, but it's just like Cosmo is just so sturdy that it just doesn't budge.
Okay.
Her face doesn't
So,
even
so
move.
you're basically just you just see the spectral hand just.
It's actually just my mind. It's like she just uses her
Oh,
mind to do
okay.
things. It's like a little hole or whatever.
Yeah, just
5
just like
pounds of
pressure, but it's just not. not getting enough impact to smack her out
Okay.
of it.
Well, she'll come up to Wayne then, and I think, like, I already used my action, but she'll be, like, trying to get Wayne out of it, too. Like, Wayne, Wayne!
Yeah, and it's like, and as you get close, you can see Wayne is still aware. He's still aware and everything. It's like his muscles have locked up.
Tighten jaw and
Okay.
everything.
Yeah.
I think she'll still try. Like, that's just,
Alright.
that's her turn, I guess.
Yeah. Which brings us to Cosmo, who is stunned, which brings us to Vivi.
Alrighty. This time, stepping out into the open. There's a crack in his little spinal crack, little neck crack. Oh my god! I've never seen a rock with wings so tiny. Those teeny tiny wings help you fly. That's gonna be another vicious mockery.
Yeah. Watch it cry and fly away. Aw.
Hey,
That's
good,
a
that was
failure.
fail.
Go ahead and roll
Oh.
damage.
Oh, I thought it was Vivi's dice.
5
Alright.
psychic.
So as
Yeah.
this, it lets out the screech, and as you go, and you get its attention, you call out, "Hey!" You look at it, and then you insult it as you see it just go, and it looks at you, and then you just see tears of blood come out of its eyes as it falls forward, dead.
Oh! I stand over the body and I do the Toby Maguire. You gonna cry?
Oh my gosh.
And
Oh my god, a psychic kill? Holy crap.
Yes. Oh my
And
gosh, that was amazing.
so-
I'm so proud of you.
so yeah, as its
Next
body
level unlocked.
just turns to ash to leave the material plane.
I feel like there's a part of Ardevon that just thinks you're always just mean. He doesn't realize that what you're doing is actually hurting the enemy with psychic damage. So this really surprises him that he died
Ardevon,
with an insult.
Ardevon, is it you really took this long? You took this long to get it. Wow, mate. Wow. Somebody's real slow, and that's a psychic.
Oh, no.
That's a vicious mockery.
Yeah,
on
what
Ardevon.
is it? Wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Vivi's on a roll.
One.
Now one.
I understand now.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
psychic damage.
Oh yeah, like his ears kind of like go back as he like winces in pain. Like, what the heck was that? This whole time, I thought like everything makes sense now.
Wait, you have
That's
magic?
awesome. Thought you were a ranger with a crossbow this whole time.
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
was-
Sorry about the nosebleed and all. I try to clean his nosebleed, but it just ends up smearing it on him instead.
He'd have to like really tiptoe to get out.
Yeah, I'm doing mage hand to try to
Oh,
clean it up. It's not working well.
this is pink in real life, but it's orange on my camera. Anyway.
Then kind of like snapping back into reality, Ardevon like would be like, "Oh, we need to check the gnome. We'll go check the gnome. Run to the gnome."
So, so as you run over, he kind of disappeared behind a cluster of boulders. And who's all going?
I assume we're no longer stunned, right?
Yeah. You would have come out like even before Vivi would have done the vicious mockery. It's technically only
Okay,
6
good,
seconds.
you're good. You're doing all right. Okay.
Did you feel that? It was loud, but it was like it was stabbing into my brain.
I heard it. I didn't feel it though.
And
I'm
Cosmo,
glad you're
you'd be
okay.
coming to as well.
Yeah, she's not even aware she was stunned because that was Blink Cosmo's problem.
From your point of view, you're 10 feet that way now.
And the demons are gone.
She's just like, "Oh, are we done already?" Ooh,
yeah, the demons are gone.
well, that was quick.
Oh, and then it's seeing Ardevon rush over to the
Yeah,
dome.
then I'd start to make a open.
Yeah, and then I think I would rush over as well.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
go. I'll stay back.
Cosmo, You were in your angry space, so you didn't see it. But I insulted that demon to death.
Oh my goodness!
I insulted him
that's amazing.
so hard, he just turned into ash.
Oh my gosh!
There's a giant body behind.
How did you do it? What was the insult?
I insulted his rock hood. Mhm.
Oh, that was a low blow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Low
I'm
hanging fruit.
impressed. You keep improving. It's crazy.
And as you make your way over to where the gnome landed, you see the small figure. You just hear it, and you just see him start like climbing over a cluster of rocks, and on his balding head, you just see one giant goose egg.
Grown a second head. Second head?
And
Oh, good, you're not dead.
and as he climbs over, well, hello, adventurers.
I'm gonna give him like a little slap on the face with a lay on hands. What are you thinking, summoning demons to help you on your travels when you're alone?
I haven't summoned demons yet. Have we met before?
Oh boy. Head back to town, get some rest. You could really use it.
I'm
Sure,
Franklin
no.
Theodorix. It's a pleasure.
No, that's the same
Franklin
one.
Theodore. Oh, okay.
I've heard of you before.
Really? A man of culture, I must say.
Yeah, he was born
I'm
in a
gonna-
cave.
I want to turn to Ardevon and be like, "Can my healing fix that?"
I don't think anything can fix this.
Should I give him
Okay.
some healing?
Mr. V. Franklin, do you need some medical assistance? I gave him like 10 HP like with my healing hands.
Okay. He's like, I seem to be injured still, but don't know what from, but adventure awaits.
There's a lot of dangerous things out here, like demons and devils and things. So you should probably head
What a
back to
great
town.
idea.
That is a great idea to avoid them, yes. So head back to town. There's a great inn you can stay at. I know the guy. Tell him Ardevon sent you, and he'll give you a discount. And get some rest. And please find a party to travel with.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna give you guidance on that.
Okay. Let's roll a d4. Okay, this is going to be awesome. Where is the d4? Decided not to roll for some reason. Awesome! 11!
The great Franklin Theodorix does not need any traveling companions. I'm quite the summoner, I might have you know. I can create my own party.
I think we might need some of that magical insult. Magic. Whatever that is.
He's short.
Are you doing a vicious
Brain just
mockery?
explodes.
He's short. He's short.
Are you doing vicious mockery?
On the short note. Yes.
Alright.
Let's go.
Okay, let me just go like this.
That's
Really
only
on
like
one
3
today.
damage. Ardevon's like, it's not a lethal thing, but then he just remembered it did kill a demon, so maybe it is lethal.
He got a 17, so he succeeds and doesn't even notice.
He's still short. Says the like. Short
he's like as tall as you are.
Yeah. He's very short. Yeah. This is clearly like jealousy coming out now. It's yeah.
With a hint of admiration.
No.
Is he like starting to walk in a particular direction, or is he still just rambling at us?
He's still just kind of rambling. He's just I have a feeling this would be the point where he goes out of focus on the camera.
Mhm.
He goes out of focus and you just hear him talking in the background about how much of a capable adventurer he is, as Ardevon, Vivi, and Wayne are the ones in focus and in full earshot.
Should I give him some extra healing just in case?
If you want to, if it makes you feel better.
Hey, Franklin. I'm gonna boop him and then do a cure wounds. Let's do that one. I'm gonna re-roll that D8. Okay, cool. So that is 10 healing to him.
As you do that, the goose egg kind of shrinks, and now it's just a somewhat visible bruise on his head. And he's like, "Oh, I feel much better."
Balgora and rocks are bad, and you cannot control them.
I will keep that a note. And you see him kind of start scanning the area. Maybe I can find some ingredients for a ritual. Maybe an aberration will do. I wonder how a beholder would hold up in this environment.
If you summon a beholder around here, I will end you. let's not summon anything crazy. If you're gonna summon anything, let it be something small, like a rat. Let it be something simple.
No bigger than a
Not
quasit.
something that can actually take out an entire village. I don't know what a beholder is, but it sounds scary.
Pixies!
Perfect. It sounds small.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
I like looking at Wayne like it's pixie. Could go. I don't know what a pixie is.
It's better than a beholder.
Maybe pixies. Yeah, maybe a pixie will help.
Or maybe I could go down south. I could tame one of them. Chameleon wyverns. Yes.
Hmm.
And he's just twirling his mustache.
Well, as probably the last people you'll see in your lifetime, I wish you the best of luck.
I am no stranger to danger.
it's
I
not.
assure you, Franklin Theodorix will prevail.
Mm-hmm.
And with this, he just starts heading in a random direction, away from the road.
Yeah, me too.
uh,
Except back at the cart.
Princess picks his pocket.
Oh
as he
yeah,
leaves.
go ahead.
He's like the gnome equivalent to the gentleman adventurers in the Mistborn series. I am no stranger to danger.
Sleight of hand. A dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Let me go through.
You're gonna get some
my
like components or
notes
something.
real quick.
Yeah, some expensive components like the diamonds.
Oh. Or some gold dust or something.
The thing that's scary is he had the components, but I believe the components for that spell require blood from your enemies.
It's blood from like a recently killed corpse.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like, oh, what? What did he do?
I don't think I want to know with this guy, but deep down I really want to know.
So with that dirty 20, you see Princess goes and just pulls out this pulls out a ring that seems to just be a normal like band made of dark metal. As Princess goes and reveals it to you, Vivi, just this little ring of dark metal, and he has no idea.
Well, neither does Vivi. He is morally off the hook.
So while
Cool. Okay.
yeah, you can finish your thing.
I'll when next time we come to a lights out thing, I'll see if I need to identify it. Cool. I'm good for now.
So while all of you guys were off talking to Mr. Franklin, the magnificent warlock, Amelia, just like feeling a little paranoid, I think she would like call Senya over and be like, "Hey, I need you to look around just to see if anything else is out there." And she'd throw it, and then she would also just like be looking around, like perceiving, making sure we were actually safe. And I don't know if I need to do a roll or anything.
Yeah,
but
go
she's
ahead.
Just...
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. I'll do D&D Beyond. Oh, not very good. I got an 8.
8. As far as you can see, it seems
good.
perfectly safe around you.
All right. Yeah. So if you like, when you guys finished, you kind of see Amelia finishing up her like looking around, and then she just turn around and notice you and be like, "Oh, everything seems safe now, so I think we're good. How was the man?"
I think his brain is broken.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How so?
I mean, he just ran off into the wilderness that way.
Well, he seemed to have forgotten that he just summoned a couple of devil things, and now he wants to go tame a dragon thing, and wanted to, like, I don't know what a beholder is, but he's wanting to summon one of those.
I think he said a wyvern.
Really?
Yeah, there was like a, I don't know, was a beeholder like a beekeeper thing? Like, is it like a holds bees? I don't know what it is.
Maybe.
Like cradles them and holds them.
Do we
Maybe-
know?
maybe we
Big
should have
ones
said it
with
was okay.
Insects.
Would Wayne and Amelia know what a beholder is?
Amelia definitely would. Wayne, I think yours would be a history check just to see if you've come across it in your studies.
You say like, "Yeah, he wanted to summon a beholder," and Amelia's just
17.
like,
What was that roll?
17.
17? Yeah, you know, you know a pretty good idea. Not like all their
Not like deep scientific
deep
lore
stuff,
stuff,
but you know the
first-hand accounts.
yeah, first-hand
things like
accounts,
that.
like they're what a beholder is, what its whole general thing is.
It's vibe.
Yeah, what its whole deal and vibe is.
No, think of it like a floating ball of flesh with tentacle eyes that shoots lasers.
"But
What's
do
a
different.
laser?
Everyone does a different thing."
You're right. They can do a lot of things.
What are lasers?
It's like a focused beam of light.
Oh. So why don't you just say
Kind of
that?
like when I cast my ice spell, you see that line of ice. Imagine that, but light.
Huh.
That's not hard to imagine.
You know, I can't imagine he's going to survive very long, but I really hope we run into him again, because I just want to know what's going to happen to him.
Mm-hmm.
He seems too interesting to not be interested in.
Do you think you'll actually tame one of those chameleon wyverns?
Not in 1,000 years, no.
You'll try it by the sounds of it.
I have a feeling
Oh,
we'll be
let's
seeing him
try.
again.
Okay, is everyone good? Are we all, like, no one's hurt? Except, like, I got a little bit of a headache, but I think that was pretty cool, so.
Okay.
I don't think I'm hurt.
Yeah, I think we should move on as quickly as possible.
And as you kind of go on the cart, I would say at this point, Vivi, you would notice Princess messing around with something shiny.
Oh, what is it? Or like traveling now, right?
Yeah, like basically as you're hopping back onto the carriage.
Okay. Is this the thing that Princess stole?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I check it out. What have you got there?
So you see, you see as Princess kind of looks at it, and kind of like looking at it, eyeballing it. It's a small dark banded ring. However, it's really hard to see because there's no like different colored inlay, but engraved on the top of it, you see a ram's head engraved on the top of the ring.
Okay. I believe I can ritual identify as we travel.
Oh boy. Woo!
Like
All right.
11 minutes or something.
What is it, precious?
So
Yeah, it's just what he's doing in the background while we
Don't
move.
ever do that again, Wayne. That was really weird.
So with this, I had a feeling that you were gonna pickpocket him, or I rolled to see if he lived, or loot his corpse. And so with the dirty 20, you actually got on the lowest end to qualify for this. It's like on the 20 or higher, you get this. So as you identify it, the magical knowledge kind of enters. Vivi, you have discovered a ring of the ram.
Whoa.
Would you like me to read what it does?
Yes, please.
Okay. Ring of the Ram. It requires attunement. It is rare, and it is...
Ooh.
This ring has 3 charges, and it regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. While wearing the ring, you can use an action to expend 1 to 3 of its charges to make a ranged spell attack against one creature you can see within 60 feet of you. The ring produces a spectral ram's head, and it makes its attack roll with a +7 bonus. On a hit, for each charge you spend, the target takes 2d10 force damage and is pushed 5 feet away from you.
So you do 3 charges, that's 6d10.
If it hits, yep.
Wow.
Alternatively,
Pretty impressive.
you can expend 1 to 3 of the ring's charges as an action to try and break an object you can see within 60 feet of you that isn't being worn or carried. The ring makes a strength check with a +5 bonus for each charge you spend.
Is this a custom item or is this on?
This one you'll be able to add to your
Okay,
inventory. Yep.
very
That's
cool.
very cool.
So it's a ranged 3 times per day, up to 3 times per day.
Up to 3 times per day, or you can do all at once, and then you gain 1d3 charges at dawn.
Right. I'd have to roll an electronic D3. That's funny.
It's a ranged spell
okay.
attack specifically.
Or just use the
That is
D6.
very
and
cool.
It
divide
is
it.
very powerful, and I really like
Very,
it.
very.
I came
cool.
across that. I discovered that the other day. I was like, I want my players to have this.
Oh my god,
Well, wish granted.
great item.
I have another one of my favorite magic items that'll probably you know dish out to the party at some point later in the campaign, but still just one of my favorites. It's just so cool. Just
Well,
fun.
does anybody? So Vivi happily chirps out this ring that he's identified. Does anybody want to use this? I've got the old firearms for ranged, and then my crossbow. But so he explains what it is, and I mean, I think it's sort of up for grabs if somebody would like. Ardevon, would you like something like this? I don't know if this would help you become more balanced.
What was the range on it?
60 feet.
Wow. I feel like
think
it
this
might
might-
be good for someone else. I already have a couple of magic items myself. And I can already shove people with,
Yeah.
my
I have the
fancy
one
hammer.
ring that Dante gave me. Helps me protect me against psychic.
What's the range on the returning javelin?
As far as she can throw it.
Although because it says it's a
Mine
spell
says,
attack.
Mine says
Would
30
you be able to
feet,
cast it during rage?
and My
no.
full
Well, it's
range,
just
it says on here, like,
concentration that you can't
120
do.
feet.
No,
with
you
spells.
can't cast any spells while raging.
While
Any
you're in a
spells.
rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Also, yeah, I
it is
guess
a
it
ranged
wouldn't-
spell
Raging.
attack, so Cosmo wouldn't be able to use it while raging.
Amelia, is this something that you would benefit from? You think?
I actually do think I would like to have it. I was just hoping other people. Well, I was letting other people pick it if they wanted it, but truthfully, I did want it.
I think this would be really good for you.
I would love to use it. If any of you ever at any point want it, come find me.
Vivia's gonna do.
I don't think I can use it.
Vivia's gonna do like a little dexterous trick. Have the ring, like roll.
Like
roll.
the Captain Jack Sparrow, the coin through the fingers.
Sure, or yes, or I'm thinking Asterion when or really any rogue character from BG3 when they talk to the kid in the Druid's Grove.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, like that.
I'll
It's-
wrist pocket it
It's
away
a
from
lucky
you.
ring.
Ooh,
Yeah.
cool. Can
Yeah,
you tell me what
and
it was
then-
called again?
It's the ring of the ram.
Ring of the Ram.
Yeah, and we got like that thing has like a complete stat block, so that you can just like copy paste it.
Thank you.
That
Thank
way Gavin
you.
doesn't have to do it again. Yeah, I feel really good about that. I've got these nifty shooters here. I've got the pepper box and the bad news. I think this would be better use somewhere else.
I like how I can shove people because I can already kind of do that, so it gives me another opportunity to
Yeah,
make that happen.
even more battlefield control.
Or just do a
We'll have to
maximum
run
of
some tests
60
on it.
damage.
I'll just do a ton of damage.
Just
Oh.
yeah, just blow it all in one.
While we're
Um,
riding, you should try using it on some boulders to see if you can break them.
Sure. Point
This
it
would be
out.
Awesome.
That one there.
And I'll use it.
All right, go ahead and
What's going on?
make a.
It's a +7.
No, +5 for the strength checks. If you're trying to break
+5.
an object, it is
Okay.
a +5 for each. It is a +5 for each charge you use.
And then every night that we
I roll.
basically take, so every 24-hour period, it'll regain 1d3 worth of the charges. So it could regain all three. It might regain one or two.
Some. Okay, I'll just do a 1 charge. So just a +5. Let me roll a d20.
Wait, that's not a boulder. That's Ardevon's backside.
Oops. I rolled a 21.
21.
Oh, that just hit.
It is a bit of a smaller boulder. It doesn't fully destroy it because it is a boulder, but you do see as the ring goes, you see this like spectral, the spectral white smoky form appear, and then it takes the shape of the head with the snout and the ram horns. Kind of large. I would say probably about as big as Ardevon's shield. And it
Wow.
just crashes into the boulder, leaving a sizable crack and chipping off large chunks of it. Not shattering the whole thing, but chipping off large, like dinner plate size chunks.
When you see that
Yeah,
happen,
She had put
You
her hand
see-
out like all delicately too, so it was like bam. She's like, oh,
and Wayne
more
is just
violent
like,
than I
I'll
thought.
take it back, but then he's like quickly getting his bag out and pulling out his book.
So
Start writing.
I did the calculation as well. Looks like if you use all 3 charges and you hit, it's an average of 33 damage. It's so
Very
good.
cool. Very
Franklin
cool.
is gonna die.
You just took his strongest
Oh
asset.
no, we did.
Because now the only magic he has left is his own.
We know that doesn't always work out the greatest.
No, I don't know where this came from. Didi's just like, I have this ring, and Melia's like, oh
Yeah.
sweet, yeah, let me have it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I get it.
Princess found it somewhere. I'm sure she just, she finds all sorts of things.
Yeah, she grabs stuff all the time. I've seen her.
Yep.
All right. So, as you As you travel on this path, the rest of the day goes by pretty uneventfully. The commotions seem to have possibly gotten rid of most of the significant creatures that would be populating this area. And so, with that, you can all take a long rest as you camp for the night.
Yo.
And is there anything anybody would like to do during the night? Amelia, was that you nodding that you wanted to do something in the night?
Yeah, unless someone else has something they want to do first.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think then, well, for starters, she still has to kind of inscribe those spells, study them in order to get them into her spellbook. So I think she'll spend like a little bit of time doing that. Let's maybe a couple, like a couple hours worth, so then I can get Grease in my spellbook. But other than that, I do think, did we set up like sleeping schedule, like a watching schedule or anything?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Then Amelia would want to take watch with Cosmo if at all possible.
Okay. Cosmo is okay with that.
And yeah, I think the only thing Ardevon would be doing on his watch is the same thing where he tries to practice his spells that he hasn't quite figured out yet.
I
So
think
if
I would
anyone wants to-
probably join you with that one.
Poor Fifi, all by his lonesome.
No, yeah, Vivi can have we can just do 2 watches. It's fine.
Now Vivi's just sitting by the fire, fiddling, and Princess drums.
Yeah, he's never alone. He has Vivi. Vivi has Princess, and Princess has Vivi.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, so I think, yeah, then I guess whichever watch we have, I'm not sure which one. Amelia would be probably, at first she's just transcribing. But, well, kind of transcribing. It's weird for her because the way her spellbook works is it just kind of like writes itself in there as she's like studying and stuff. But she'll just be like mid doing that and without like really looking up, she would just call out, just like, hey Cosmo. I have a question for you. I'm not sure if it's personal. If it is, don't have to answer. I am curious what it feels like for you when we fight.
You mean when I go blank?
Yes, because from my perspective, you are very aware, and then you don't talk and you just fight, and then afterwards you just are chipper and you're still yourself right afterwards.
Okay,
So
I have something living in my head. It
All
takes
right.
over when I go blank. And when it does that, it's like I'm floating around in an endless void of darkness. It's very sad, actually.
But you're not aware, you're just there.
No, that's why the others have to, give me a rundown on what happens after every fight.
Okay. Have you ever tried to fight and get out before?
Sort of. I don't know. Sometimes I'm actually okay with it. Because I feel like if I were to fight, I would be somewhat of a liability because I don't like killing things myself. So I've kind of accepted it, sort of. I let it do the killing for me. Which I know probably isn't healthy or anything like that, but for now at least, an easy way out. But there was one time when I did get out of it. It was while we were in the house trying to rescue Ardevon's sister. Wayne actually got me out. I heard his voice and I was pulled back. It was crazy, really, coming into that situation, but it was
It's pretty
strange.
scary, yes.
Hmm.
Hmm. I think I understand what you mean when you say it. You almost prefer it to happen.
Like I feel like I know a couple people who would like to have that as well sometimes, but yeah.
I guess I'm just a little envious that you're able to just disappear and miss all the difficult parts and then just come back afterwards. Seems like at least fighting would be a lot more easy.
Fighting is easier, but when everything is said and done, it's better to have a soul than conveniently let it slip away. Relinquishing that control, there's also a fear of not getting it back. There have been a couple of points where I don't feel as close to myself, if that makes any sense. Like, it's trying to stay. And the scary part is I don't have any defense against that if it chooses to take over completely. I don't know if it has a mind of its own or if it is just doing it to protect me instinctually. I don't know. And not knowing is scary. And I want to know more about it, but how do you find out more about something that lives in your head and only comes out when you fight? You know?
You tried talking to it.
Believe me, I've tried. Nothing up here. It's not something I can really talk to. It's not a consciousness that speaks to me or responds to something I say. It's more like an instinct. It's a part of me that just is very strong.
Well, one thing I know, a brain can be retrained. You can learn, and you can study, and you can... I guess what I'm saying is if it's something you want to get control of, I think you can. I think it's possible. You don't have to just live with it, not know what's happening to you, and maybe there are times when if you were in that fight when you came back to, if you hadn't, I think you would have died.
Probably.
We had to run. I think we were lucky. We got lucky. And the fact that you came out of it was incredible chances.
If I hadn't, it wouldn't have been the first time I died. But yeah, I mean, I think the biggest problem is it wasn't something that was really trained. It was something that was put there by my captor. I don't exactly know everything that happened, but when I was talking with Ink, he said that someone had started this ritual of some sort and was trying to do something to me, but it went wrong. Something went awry. It wasn't able to be finished. So I don't know if it is a result of the half-baked attempt, or if I was meant to become that. But my original consciousness stayed, and it's just trying to continue what it was made for.
Do you not know anything of the person who tried to do this to you through that ritual? You don't know if they were good or bad.
Apparently, it
Fine.
happened to me when I was very young. I don't remember anything about it. My mother might know something, but I haven't even heard back from her yet, so...
When we travel, it's kind of hard to get in contact with people.
That's true. Because of that same reason, it's gonna be hard to contact her and ask her about it. Unless I can somehow procure an image or something to let Wayne do a sending spell or something. I don't know exactly how it works, but...
I think he just needs the name. You can always ask him. I think there's a chance. There's always a chance it could work. If you want to get in contact quicker. If you have questions.
I don't think everything I want to talk to her about can be said over 1 or 2 messages, but I guess I
If
could.
it's important, it would. I think it's worth it if it's important.
Could try that.
All right. If you had the chance, would you get rid of it? To just be normal, just be a normal fighter. Would you want that?
Like I said, right now it's an easy way out, but I think if I had to choose, or if I could choose, I would prefer to be me.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And she'll just slowly go back to studying. She kind of like thinks for a little bit and then she'll go right back.
Yeah, Cosmo will be like practicing her writing.
All right. So as the conversation lingers in your mind for a short while, eventually everybody, unless anybody else has something they want to do on their own watch, eventually everybody will get their sleep, be able to take their long rest, and we can move on to the next day. So, as you start making your way through this next day of travel, you just go like this. Alright, that button's not working, so I'll go like that. And move you 1 space. You're about a day's travel away from Driften at this point.
I'm so far, guys. I'm so
I know.
far.
Wasn't the plan to
No!
wasn't it the plan after Driften to go up through the crags? Up through the middle of the Great Ravine?
Afterwards, yeah, we're gonna go north.
Yeah, okay.
There's
So,
a job at a mining town.
I need somebody to roll a dice smaller than D20 of their choice. Tell me what they get.
I can get it. We're gonna do a D4. That is a 3 on a D4.
3 on a D4, okay. All right. So, as you are making headway towards Driften, The ground starts to soften up here quite a bit as you're getting closer. As you get closer to the border of Brascalia and to Lake Avalis, the Great Lake, it gets more less stony and rocky. It is also becoming much more humid and warm, even harder to stay cool now.
I think like with every mile, like, because Ardevon's been through this past so many times, he's seeing all these little memories, having little moments. He has so much anxiety building up inside of him, like this eagerness to get there, but also, you know, it's just a lot of like unrest. He can't quite sit still because he's always at unrest. We didn't get a lot of sleep, like he's kind of anxious a little bit.
So sweet. Cosmo will definitely notice, like, sitting beside him. She's like, I'm sure it's gonna be okay. I mean, you're excited, right? You're going home, finally.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine. I'm just it's been a long time since since my whole family's been all together. So it's really, you know, it's starting to sink in a little bit that we're gonna have that scene, you know, the scene that I've always wanted to see again. So I'm, you know, a little antsy, a little fidgety, but I'm just excited, I guess.
That's a good thing. I mean,
Time goes by
I'm
really
excited.
slow.
I'm excited to meet them, you know.
Yeah, I'll introduce all of you. It'll be great.
Yeah.
I think Wayne would be sitting on the roof with his notebook, and he'd print Ardevon like, and you said it's okay that I write this, right?
Yes, it'll be okay if you write it. And apparently there's potentially Vivi's people are holding some sort of carnival or festival or something happening.
Yeah.
So apparently it's on the map enough. It's on the map more than I'm aware of, so what could it hurt? I think your interpretation could be the best possible outlook. So just let me give you the all clear once you've written it down. You have to read it to me then.
I'll probably do it in my normal way. I like compiling a lot of notes, and then I piece the notes together when I'm done.
Well, hopefully it will leave a good impression.
Yeah, I'll be just writing down impressions of the landscape and everything that he notices.
And
time is going really slowly.
So as you're marching along, you just hear the of Butte's giant chicken feet just bapping against the ground. Eventually, with the 3 on a D4, kind of up ahead, you do see a large mass kind of near the road that seems to be moving, like a large silhouette as it peeks over the horizon. And as you get closer, you realize it is something very, very large being dragged by a small group of people.
Well, I'm heading that way. If you don't stop me, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I definitely want to know what
See
that
what
is.
the heck that is.
It's
I'm
they're not
curious,
like
too.
on the road, like in your way, but they are. They're like kind of just off the road, and they seem to be heading not in the same direction as you, but more perpendicular to you. Seem to be heading more southward rather than westward like you are.
Well, before we get too close, Amelia, you want to try and scout with your bird again and to see if maybe they're hostiles?
If you feel a need for it, yeah, I can do that. So I'll send off Senya to go see what these people are, or if they're friendly or monster or whatever.
All right. So as you, as Senya goes and flies over this commotion, and you share your senses with your familiar, you see that the thing that they are dragging is a dead alabaster spine shell that it has been wrapped up in rope and is being dragged across the ground. As you see a group of about maybe a dozen or so people, all clad in all different races, all clad in like furs and bone. Like you see like some bone pauldrons, and they are armed to the teeth. You see people with packs full of spears, great axes, mauls. As you see just one, the only one not helping pull seems to be this older looking orc that is clad in this kind of fur cowl that kind of goes over his head, and it looks like as you get close, it looks like it's a boar skin with the boar's head kind of on his head with the tusks coming out.
All right. So Amelia, just while her eyes are still there, she'll just out loud just say, looks some sort of tribe of some sort, about a dozen or so. That big thing is an alabaster spine shell. Don't you know how we didn't recognize that as we just killed a couple of them?
It was because it was far off.
Oh.
They were on the
That's
horizon
fine.
when you first saw them, yeah.
I see. And there does seem to be a leader of the sort. If we encounter them, then we'll probably have to deal with him the most.
Tribal people?
Oh, they're
Is there
people.
people who live close to Driften who are from a tribe?
Yeah, they're wearing like furs and bones. Not sure. Do you recognize Ardevon?
Yeah, does that ring a bell?
Yes, it would, Ardevon.
Yes,
You-
it does, Ardevon.
You would recognize them as people who follow the warlord down in Bonebreak Ridge in Rascalia. They are known to be hunters of monsters and a large game. They hunt not only for resources and their crafting purposes, but you do know that they hunt for sport and glory. And
Have we
so
run
they-
into like problems with them?
no, they seem to keep to themselves as long as you don't interfere with their mark. So it's only in interfering with their hunts that there would be problems, which the people of Driften kind of just know. For as long as you've been around, that's just kind of something you're taught in general, is
Right.
don't mess with them while they're hunting.
What was the name again?
Bonebreak Ridge. So they are the
The people of Bone
Yeah.
Ridge. All right, and he'd kind
or
of
Bone Breakers
pull-
for short.
Yeah, he'd kind of pull to kind of slow down. Yep, we'll just be waiting a little while and just let them pass. Stay out of their way. They're from Bonebreak Bridge. The Bone Breakers. They're hunters for big game, but they don't necessarily hunt us or people. But as long as you just stay out of their way, they should leave you alone. But they are
Seem
very
fine.
formidable, so probably best if we just sit still for a moment. I would be very upset if we died right before I get home, so
That's fair.
rather not risk it.
Should we wait a little bit, let them pass, and then continue?
Yes.
slowly but surely, they cross the road, make their way past, and then make their way a good distance southward to the point where you wouldn't really have any contact. Probably takes about 15-20 minutes to reach that point. But eventually you do.
Yeah.
And
Continue onward.
okay.
Lost Jeremy.
I'm still here.
Yeah,
This is my
lost.
camera.
Yeah, lost his camera.
Oh. Okay.
Just keep it going.
But that was the encounter. With that, nothing else of note really happens throughout the day. Just a dreary, dry. Well, actually, no, not dry. Very humid, actually. Very humid and hot as you start making your way to the west. Is there anything anybody would like to do on this leg of the journey?
I'll just keep riding.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, and I'd be like telling you little things about that clan or those hunters and little things here and there, but
Cosmo
unless
would
you
be
ask anything
interested.
specific, it'll just be general stuff.
It's gonna be like a lot of just overarching general questions about anything and everything.
Yeah.
Wayne and Vivi are playing like the slap hand game with our mage hands.
While I'm riding.
Yeah.
Would I have another? I think it's 6 hours in order to get that other spell, or 4 hours.
yeah,
To be able to.
that combined with the time you spent in the night before, easily. Yeah.
Okay, nice. I got more spells.
Did you get your? When we did the long rest, was that like an overnight?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, then Nikki, you'd have the 3rd point back for the Ring of the Ram.
Yes, thank you.
Yo. And eventually, night falls once again. However, this far west, the night only relieves a little bit of the heat. The humidity in the air, the steam that is now rising. You're now getting to the point where you're seeing actual geysers here and there of just scalding water being launched out.
Amelia's like not happy. She's more irritable than usual. I think she's like constantly casting prestidigitation on like her little head circlet and like anything on her body just to keep her cool. She's
You do have the shift weave, so you could shift it to something more, more
oh,
hot weather.
dude. I don't know. She's still a proper lady. She can't just wear a tank top and some shorts. That would be
Yeah,
proper.
no. Cosmo's taking off her her
Yeah,
cowl.
that's in season 2.
Yeah, we gotta have a beach episode first, guys.
But not next to the beach.
We have
'cause
the
Cosmo's
spa
going.
episode. We just need the beach one.
You could sit by the beach though. You could just sunbathe. You don't have to get in the water.
I'd be the one making the sandcastles.
But eventually,
This is going to happen.
night does eventually night does fall, and once again, is there anything anybody would like to do throughout the night, or would you like to just move on?
Oh.
Move on.
Okay, so as you reach the next day, on the horizon, you can kind of see, and the light reflects off of it pretty harshly, the massive expanse of water that is Lake Evalis.
Big deep breath.
And eventually, as the shores of this lake get closer and closer, go like this, and
I mean, lakes have beaches too. Have that
That's
episode
true.
now.
That's true. That's true.
Set up a
Eventually,
volleyball net.
Sure we
you
can make
are eventually you are met with a you're met with a small cluster of buildings coming up on the horizon.
Oh yeah, as soon as like buildings arrive, like Ardevon will kind of like hand Cosmo the reins a little bit and like stand up top, just to see like get the best view as possible, see what's going on. Like he just wants to start picking out people, and like any of the signs of Vivi's people too. Like he's just very like almost like a dog when you come home. He's that same energy, but going home. But he's still stoic. He's still, he's not like wagging his tail like crazy. He's trying. He's holding it back.
Occasional twitches.
And kind of as you're approaching, you see more figures around than you normally would, Ardevon. More people than normally. Seems a bit more crowded. And you notice that there is a bit of a perimeter set up now. You've got some basic wooden barricades set up, a bit more than what used to be there. And as you look, you see, the general volunteer militia that sometimes keeps watch at the walls. But as you kind of look, you do see people that seem to be sticking out well out of place with much nicer attire, extra tents set up around the outside, as you would recognize some sky dancers standing guard.
Oh yeah, he's very, surprised at the wall. Like he expected Dante's people to be here, but he didn't expect actual fortifications to start getting erupted. And so that's going to be a big surprise. And I think like once we start actually getting close, he's going to be standing like kind of in front of Butte, kind of pulling her in. Ears pointing everywhere, just on the lookout for his people. But he's very happy to see that there are fortifications.
And as you kind of go in, it looks like one of the sky dancers is going to approach to ask your business and things like that, kind of like eyeing the group with a bit of suspicion. As he takes his first step, you see one of the other militia kind of go and grab his arm and stop him. And he's just like, you just hear, nah, he's good. He's good. What do you mean? And you just see this, this militia guy, and this guy was relatively new to the town. He probably only drifted into the town maybe a couple years ago. But even as he comes in, you just see kind of this somewhat emaciated older human man just looks just like that you would know is just Terry. He looks at you and he's just like, looks like the big shot's home, isn't he?
Hey Terry.
Did you get me anything?
This is a lot. I did not, but I am here. I need to see everybody.
Oh, but we're so close, man. Why didn't get me anything, man? Come on.
I got it. Persuasion check.
I got this bone for you.
Oh man, I have got quite the tales to tell.
I'm just messing with ya.
I know you're always messing. I'm gonna head in. Good to see you, Terry.
No
That was
hug?
Terry, right?
No, okay. All right, well, later.
The hug are reserved
Later.
for the children. You're on duty.
As soon as Ardevon like turns down the hug, immediately Princess is there, just like,
And with that, he goes, looks, you did get me something. And he just picks up Princess and just gives her like the most precious.
yeah. And she's digging for anything to steal as that's happening.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like he smiles and keeps walking because he knows what's happening.
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
I'm giving it a guidance.
I would say this is definitely at advantage. He is so unaware.
That'll be a 16.
16. Yeah. She definitely grabs something, reaches into his pocket, and you see pulls out just a handful of these of just these little like these little taffies. Just a couple, like 3 or 4 like taffy candies from his pocket.
Okay. Princess offers him one of his own taffies.
And he's just like, how'd you know I like these? Oh, you're the best, Ardevon.
Uh-huh.
She like put with her feet like on the guy's. I assume he has like a chest plate, half plate or something. Just like tries to leap off of him, like your cat does when it doesn't want to be held.
Parkour.
Yeah.
So, as you're kind of looking around, each of you are looking around at this small rinky-dink village. For everybody else, this is probably the smallest town you've been to. And a lot of the houses are just made of this, like, old, dilapidated, just driftwood, damaged driftwood with, like, holes that you can see through in some of the buildings. Just these tiny little shacks. Most of these people have setups outside. However, from you, Ardevon, it looks like the size of the town has more than doubled since you've been last here.
Yeah.
And has more than doubled. And you see a lot of the faces that you don't recognize seem to be pretty, like, just a general vibe. You know the type, you know these type of people. They seem almost battle hardened. Like they've seen some things. Not all of them, but like some of the families that you see, the older people are battle hardened. You see they are armed. They are armed, and they are somewhat similar in disposition to the bone breakers. However, these people seem to have more metal work rather than bone.
Oh yeah, I think there'd be like a lingering like look at some of these new people,
Mhm.
like,
And
yeah.
and some of them would be like sizing, like kind of sizing you up. Cosmo, where are you at?
She's still gonna be on the driver's seat of the wagon.
Cosmo, as you're going through, you see some of these people are looking at you, and you start to see them exchanging whispers and stuff.
She's definitely putting up her hood.
I do think noticing that Ardevon is kind of like I think she expected, like, remember when we went to that other town, can't remember what it was, the one right before this one. Dulsk, I
Dulsk,
think?
yeah.
He's acting very different. So I think she expected that or more coming into like his hometown. So she would just kind of, to Ardevon, is there something wrong?
I wouldn't say wrong. It's just I I guess the town's gotten a bit of a growth spurt since I've last been here. It's about doubled in size. And some of these people look, they kind of reminded me of my father. How he, when he, came here, he was a battle-hardened, veteran. These people have an essence or an air about them that shows they're capable. And so I don't know. There's little things I haven't met them yet, but I'm very curious to. It's not that there's anything wrong. It's just that I was surprised. I'm very surprised at how much has happened since I've been gone. It's exciting and also it's I don't know. There's a lot of surprise to it.
How long has it been since you came back?
How long has it been, Gavin? I'll let that one be yours.
If I remember correctly, because you trained here, correct?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I would say it's probably been a good maybe probably around the ballpark of 3 years.
Whoa.
Wow.
No, I've written home, constantly, but it 2-3 years. I've usually been more up north, northeast, things like that. But
So you had to get
still.
a little bit of reputation before working with Brecken.
Exactly, I had to start making a name for myself. But I've never heard anything about the growth, and all of my time growing up here, that growth has been extremely minimal. It's so maybe I was the problem. Who knows?
Well, perhaps we should go find somebody who might be able to let us know why these people are here.
Oh yeah, he's for sure kind of leading Cosmo at the driver's seat, kind of leading towards his home.
Yeah.
Looking for
if
like
he
any.
looks at all. Sorry.
Mhm.
If he looks at all, he can tell she's very uncomfortable right now.
That's good, as he should be. He's mostly looking around, checking, because there's some children and stuff that really like him. There's a
Mhm.
couple families that are really close, but it's all in the process of heading home.
Yeah, and with that, as you get kind of closer to the center of this small town, honestly takes not even close to 10 minutes making way to center. Ardevon, you see a familiar plume of smoke and fumes rising above the town as the smell of the hot burning coals and the actual molten lava that runs deep underground beneath this area, with the vents of that being funneled up, is the familiar sight of a forge comes into view.
Yeah, I think right before coming into town, he did take off his armor, kind of more of a just in his clothes. But it was at that moment, seeing that plume of smoke is when, that's when the emotion actually hits him, and he's just gonna run.
And as you're running,
His brother's arms have grown back by now.
as you're running, you hear the chung, 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 and then as you run, you come to the outside of the
And
forge,
I wanna,
and just
peek without interrupting. I want to see.
and you see the stout and red-haired, freckled younger brother, a bunch of cloth wrappings, basically almost duct taping a hammer to his stump, hammering away while holding a pair of tongs, seeming to hold something. And you see him as he has his back to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna like grab like a piece of something that he's made or some work he's done recently and like hold it up. I've seen better. It's pretty shoddy if you ask me.
And you're just gonna hear, "Ah, son of a!"
I'm just gonna maul him.
And with that, he just goes, and as you do, he just big dwarven bear hug, and he's just like, "Oh, don't lie to me. You haven't seen better." Oh. And that's where we are going to take our break.
Yep, Ardevon's staying home. I gotta make a new character.
And we will be right back in about 15 minutes. So for play reference, be back at about 7:20. We'll just pick up right where we left off. My buttons don't work anymore all of a sudden. Manually mute. are back. So, Ardevon, you are pulled into a tight bear hug with your brother. As the hammer that's kind of tied to his stump digs into you a little bit.
Yeah. Like, it's good to see you, brother.
And you as well.
He kind of like go to the hand, like, what is this?
Improvisation is what it is.
And has it been working for you?
Mixed results. Depends on how well I tie it. How tight it is.
Oh, and he did kind of go back towards the open entrance and kind of point out Cosmo, who's still kind of huddled up there, kind of like gesturing, like, come over here. You can park, like, park over here, kind of a gesture. I want you to meet my friends, the ones I've been traveling with. These ones, I think, are the real deal.
Oh, yeah. Jazzy told me you were part of a bit of a little posse there, eh?
Yeah. How is she doing?
Well, she's doing great. She came back and just... Well, apparently she knows magic now, so that was a thing.
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. It actually was very helpful. Is my father around?
Yeah, I believe he's taking the day off. I believe he's doing a bit of fishing with your mum down on the shore. Seeing what nasty little critters they can catch.
Oh, that's a good one.
Your mama went fishing down by the shore. Oh, this is good material.
Down by the river, yeah.
Oh, hello there.
Down.
What's your name?
Hi, hello. I'm Vivi. This is Princess. On my shoulder.
Oh, what are you? Aren't you with the that wandering, that traveling show? And they just left town. Did they forget you?
What?
Oh, they just left?
Which way did they go?
They said, I had a conversation with the folks around here, and so they decided to head up northwest. I think they said they were going up to a sanctuary or something.
Sanctuary.
I'm sorry, Vivi, that we just missed them.
Oh, me too.
I mean, was
Oh,
it
well.
enjoy? Did
Can't be
you?
helped.
What did they do? Did they stop and set up and put on a show or something?
They said they were a traveling show, but they said they were just kind of on the road and needed a place to rest.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was gonna say this is a very strange place to set up any kind of festival or attraction.
I'm gonna
Oh
lie.
no, it's been growing.
That's very recent. We're talking like last 3-4 weeks recent.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm working on here. And you see he's gestures around, and a lot of his current projects are forging nails, screws, door hinges, doorknobs. And just throwing up shelters as fast as we can. Give them some place to stay. A lot of refugees.
And I guess before we continue on and kind of gesture around, this is the rest of my friends. This here is Cosmo, the one that's driving.
Hello.
The one inside, the windows poking out. That's Wayne. He's probably got some questions.
I have a lot of questions for you.
I'm sure you do.
And this is Amelia.
Pleasure meeting you.
Of course. And he kind of goes, "Oh, you brought a lady. Hello." And he gives like a bow.
Cosmo, bow back.
Got a couple.
Oh,
Yeah, she'll just do a little curtsy.
Yes, these are two very fine women. Very, very capable. But I guess I suppose I should ask. I mean, is it okay if we leave the cart here? It's a little bit bigger. We got ourselves an actual, like, closed in one this time.
Oh yeah, of course. I can keep a bit of an eye on it. I mean, you kind of run this town, honestly. So.
Right. Well, do you know why there's been such a big growth in the past month?
Yes. These folks. They're Rascalian refugees, believe it or not.
Rascalian refugees. What's happening in Rascalia?
Well, apparently one of the warlords made a move on somebody else's turf. Craterhold is currently being occupied. And, well, Sanctuary being a neutral ground is relatively safe, but, these folk, they don't want safe, they want, these are Craterhold people. And
Right.
as they keep telling me, they need to, they don't want the safety, they want the practice, the training, so they can go back and take back their, I guess their giant hole in the ground had never been there, so I don't know.
So are they just sort of temporary here until they can sort of muster up the strength to go back, or are they planning on staying?
Not really sure. I mean, it seems that they were stopping. It seems that they were more just making a pit stop at first, but I think I think your old man convinced them to stay for a bit.
That does sound like him.
I think they were originally heading down to the Bone Breakers, but
Was our sister with where's she at?
oh, she's on the she's at the chapel with Liz and old man Hendrix.
Okay. Ah, very well. So many people to see. It's been too long.
Aye, have you been swarmed yet?
No, I've been seeing mostly strangers. I almost felt like I had the wrong place for a second there.
Well, don't. While you were gone, believe it or not, we actually got a new resident who's actually a teacher.
Really?
Yeah, so we have a genuine teacher. They got fired from the. From somewhere. I mean, obviously they got fired. Why else would they be here? But you know what I mean. Yeah, we actually got someone to teach the kids. Actual book learning.
That is really good to hear.
So yeah, we got a bit. Made a new impromptu schoolhouse on the near the north edge of town. So you know
what that was. Okay.
And he kind of looks like, yeah. So don't worry, he'll probably get swarmed by a bunch of little tykes in probably about another 2-3 hours when they see you.
Oh, they're probably big now. It's gonna be weird.
Some of them, yes. Some of them, not quite yet.
Well, I mean, some of them are halflings, so they're never gonna quite get big, but I'm looking forward to it. You wanna come with as we go visit? Or are you got your hands too full here?
Yeah, I'm my own boss. I can leave whenever I damn well please.
Oh man, yes, I've got so many things to tell you.
And he smiles and he's like, please, I need a break. It's so hot in here.
It is, it's really hot. This is like, forget it. oh, I gotta show you, and like he's gonna start talking a little bit, like I gotta show you this armor I've made, and as he like goes over to kind of take it out, well, I don't know. There's so many things I have to tell you. Have you ever heard of like a mind flayer? Also, like I don't know, beholder. I heard this thing about a beholder. Like he's starting to like kind of approach these little subjects, but has no idea how to actually approach them because he's got too many things on his mind and what he wants to do and what he wants to talk about, where he wants to go, and his hands are just going to pull out his armor and then he's going to stop mid sentence and be like, and check this out.
And he looks at it.
It's all set.
He looks at it. It's just like, kind of runs his fingers along. Where did you get this?
I made it down in Southtown. Volkswagen Southtown. I got the name of the place. Which one it was?
Ashwindale.
Ashwindale. I actually got some
he's like,
tutoring.
You're not bloody serious.
I
This
am
is
bleeding
gorgeous.
serious.
And he kind of like, oh.
Well, it wasn't for nothing. There's actually a big surprise, and I want you know, I want all, like everyone to our families to kind of get together and you know, for the first time in feels like our whole lives, we should all get together tonight, and I can kind of share a little secret, the reason why I'm doing this. 'Cause it's not just for fun. There's a big old thing at the end, a big old surprise.
Ah, well, if that's the case, tell you what, I'll go and I'll spread the word that you're here. I'll get everybody, and I'll just tell them to prepare a nice big dinner for everybody, and you can go and make your rounds and say hi to everybody. I'll get everyone gathered up for tonight. Extend the invitations. You can just take a load off. Just enjoy being home.
That sounds like a plan to me. And he'll go to like do that brotherly arm clasp, but you know, without his hand, but we'll just still do a little clasp. Little hammered
and
forearm.
As you do it, he kind of pulls you close, and he's just like, and he's just like, and then it can't have been easy. But, you know, we received word, so that's one less turd left in this toilet bowl of a world we got.
It wasn't easy at all. I'm fairly certain if I didn't have these friends here, then I would have not have made it out. It was a close call.
Maybe in the
Just hope
background
it's-
going, turd in toilet bowl.
We should install toilets.
Oh, that would be so nice.
Yes.
Now, sometimes I hold it and wait until I get to Dulsk so I can just use their indoor plumbing.
I know, and they know it too. You have a reputation. Yeah. Well, I will see you soon. I'm gonna go say hi.
Right, yeah. I'll start making the preparations.
And we'll go skip off and frolic somewhere else.
Right, so as you're kind of just weaving through the mishmash of people and just these small shacks and stuff, like a lot of the people, a lot of the whole party, you'll just be here. Oh, Ardevon, hi! And so you'll just have a bunch of people coming up and like greeting you, just like giving a quick pat. It's good to see ya. Good to see ya.
Like walking alongside me for a little bit as we're just kind of chatting.
Yeah, little old lady. You've grown. I hardly recognize you. So just little interactions like that as they're going. It seems
I
everybody
imagine,
who was here before, yeah.
Like her little hovel that she lives in has like all these little broken pottery plants that she's kind of made that look beautiful, and
Yep.
showing her she has this skill in this floral, arrangements and things, flower design, but all she has to work with is broken pottery and scrap wood, but it really, you can kind of see her work kind of spotted around at different houses, like people kind of like pitch in their little skills to help beautify the place a little bit. And
you see like you do see as you're going, another person that says hello to Ardevon seems to be a guy who seems to be adeptly giving orders to some people. He seems to be a carpenter of sorts, as they're very rapidly throwing up just a makeshift shelter. And he doesn't stop to talk for too long, but he gives like a hearty hello to you, Ardevon, as he's doing it. And the rest of you get an impression of everybody's kind of sharing their skills in some way, shape, or form here, or at least learning a skill from somebody else at some point.
there's a lot of community engagement, people talking to each other, teaching.
There's not really idle hands, especially not in the middle of the day like this.
And I should say too, with Armin, his brother, he has a kind of a unique look about him. He's not your stereotypical dwarf. He's kind of got like these shaved sides, and he's got a little bit of a mohawk thing going on, but it's not like spiky because he doesn't have gel. But it's a little bit flat going back. He actually doesn't have a beard, and he has some like these little spectacles, these little glasses that he wears. These little round glasses. So he has like he kind of sticks out. It's a kind of a brighter red hair color. And so yeah, he definitely has a look that is very distinguishable from other dwarves, from the stereotypical dwarf. Just as like for the fan art, whatever you want to do. Just the visualizations of Armin are, yeah, that's what he looks like.
Also, on a side note, I can't help but want there to be like a gelatinous cube hair gel product now.
Oh yeah,
You can make a business venture.
Yeah.
That would really sell. Like,
You know where gelatinous cube... Oh wait, no, you're the only one who doesn't know where gelatinous cube body is. So which destination are you going to first, Ardevon?
Probably to Liz
Okay.
and Jazzy. Towards the temple, the church, a little.
And as you go, it's kind of on the edge of town, and you see a building that is still in the style of the rest of the village. However, this one is probably the most pristine building that you've seen, and it doesn't look to depict any certain god. It seems to be what you would call an open-ended chapel to worship whom you please. No sort of specific dedication to it.
Mm. Yeah, the things that were usually taught in this chapel are general, encouragements, hopes, and trying to just help the people to get along, solving disputes or things like that. So it's not so much of a church as it is more of a community gathering place where we can hear words of positivity and, some learning. People want to know how to pray or to do things, but it's a very open-ended place. I think you guys will like Liz.
And so yeah, as you approach the chapel, the doors are wide open as it's still very hot and humid, and there's a couple window shutters that are also open just to allow as much airflow as possible. And coming from inside this chapel, you do hear a few voices. And as you're now able to view inside the single room chapel, kind of up front where you have like a podium thing, you see the familiar Jazzy with her kind of pale red hair, frizzy with the freckles and stuff. She seems to have be wearing her everyday clothes once again. And you see, you'd recognize Ardevon, Old Man Hendrix, the gray-furred and mangy Paragon that kind of runs and upkeeps the chapel. And then could you also describe Liz for the party as well?
Yeah, Liz is a this female human. She's she's really short for her, for a human. People think she's a tall halfling. But she's kind of got this darker complexion, but these bright blonde hair, kind of braided into in the back. But she, like when you actually like pay attention, like when you actually look, like you can tell like she's very strong. She's very muscular underneath, but she has about her the sense of age and wrinkle, and a kindness behind her eyes that kind of betrays her physique. She's a macho grandma. So, not quite like grandma age, but like not long. The wrinkles are somewhat new. Yeah.
And as you kind of entered, there is a trickle of rain, which is very common for this town, as the heat and the steam eventually rise up, cool down, and fall back down into the lake, as well as parts of the lake that boil, steam up, and then cool down and rain. And as you kind of enter, the first one that sees you is Old Man Hendrix, who he just kind of looks up. He's got these half-moon spectacles. Looks up. Ah, hello. And as he does that, the other two kind of turn, and immediately Jazzy kind of locks eyes with you, and then just runs and gives you just a hug, Ardevon.
Gives like the big old hug, and then like she's got like a few inches off the ground.
Yep, just like
as he picks her up a little bit.
You got here sooner than I thought you would.
Me too. How have you been?
Oh, I've been busy. Apparently, when you have refugees coming from a conflict, a lot of them need healing. So,
it's a good thing you picked up a spell or two in your time.
Whew, yeah. Yeah, it comes in quite handy. I kind of see what you were, what you were going for. I mean, at first I was like, it can't be that useful. Now it's like, how did I leave without it?
And I just have a couple little things. You should see these guys.
It's so convenient. I saw them. I saw them in action, at least for a little bit.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. That's right.
Oh, man. Like, honestly, it's like everybody should learn magic at some point. It's just... Oh, it's so nice.
I usually like to get my hands down and dirty, but I can't argue that it is much more effective in most scenarios. I'm glad to see that you're safe and you're here.
And you as well.
Are you being instructed?
Yeah, sort of. I'm more just reading for, fun.
What's going on here? What are you doing here? And he's kind of like walking up to go to Liz and everyone.
Liz just kind of like studies and doesn't even give you like not even a hello. She just kind of gives a nod, and she just kind of points to the text, and Um, and she's like, well, some of the refugees were pointing out some pretty concerning things with the conflict that they survived, so we're trying to see if any of the rituals that were being performed on the battlefield were of a religious nature. So we're just going through some old prayer books that old man Hendrix has here to see if anything catches our eye, if anything matches the descriptions.
That sounds like a lot of work. Have they posed any sort of problem? As you know, we've been flooded by a whole bunch of new people.
I was worried about that for the first couple days, and it seemed like tensions were high, but no, they're actually they're really reliable, if I do say so. They work hard. These people, they just go 100%.
That's surprising.
They're just very passionate.
Hmm.
But I mean, some of them even came in. They got, some of the kids. They brought some kids, but a lot of the kids and non-fighters they put into sanctuary because they thought that would be the safest place for them.
In the name. Hey, and Liz, and you kind of like speak a little bit quieter. I'm sure you're probably aware, but my we're getting sort of everyone together tonight, and I wanted to pull you aside at some point, because as you probably can guess, my oath was fulfilled. And I have some questions for you. And I wanna hear what you have to say. So I want to pull you aside at some point so that we can talk about it.
I mean, this isn't a time-sensitive issue. I'm sure Hendrix here can read on his own. If it's urgent, spit it out.
And he kind of looks around like he wasn't like necessarily expecting to talk about it right now, but it's well, there's a couple of things. A couple of the spells that I've been trying to practice all this time, and I still have yet to grasp it. And so I kind of want your critique on it. But I think a big part of it might be because without an oath to push me forward, perhaps it is harder for me to channel any kind of energies or magics. And I have ideas on perhaps a new oath that I am, but I'm not entirely sure how to do that. I have desires, I have things I would like to do, but I feel like I need some guidance to find an oath that truly is fitting to who I'm meant to be. Because the last oath was forced on me by outside of my control. And so I want this oath to be the version of me that I was always supposed to be. And my guess is perhaps if I can truly find the right path, then, all of that practice will suddenly come with fruits and everything will start to move forward. But I don't know how to do it.
And just so I know, are you having this conversation in front of everybody, or would you have pulled her aside to be a bit more private?
He did kind of like look around because like it is technically a private conversation, but he's not going to keep it private. He's gonna everyone's gonna be able to hear him speaking. Yeah, everybody in the room will know what they said. And again, I have an idea, but I just don't know what to do. How to make it turn into something.
I taught you how to turn willpower into essentially magic. With willpower, we can tap into the weave, and that is how we smite down our enemies and close wounds. That is only part of the puzzle. Willpower is the basics. What you also need is conviction. Now, there is something that you must accept before you can move forward. The oath you swore was nothing but words. It was the conviction behind those words that fueled those abilities that manifested within you. And it was that conviction. You may have been... Your hand may have been forced to make that oath, but you had the conviction to fulfill it.
I see. I feel like a lot of it was fueled by rage. You know, kind of like Zuko when he lost his firebending. That sort of thing. I need some
yes.
sunbenders. Yeah, you know.
We just need to find a couple dragons.
Yeah, just find a couple dragons and they'll teach me colorful.
Oh yeah,
language.
sure, roll initiative. Let me just pop in an adult dragon.
All right, that'll work. Conviction. No, but it does make sense. And I like the way that you put it. You know, I see I see the people, you know, like the old lady still has a life, like full of life as ever. And just like all of us, you know, people that have arrived, including these new refugees, they've been sort of robbed of their peace and of their prosperity, as the lives that they had tried fighting and working so hard for. And I keep finding myself being drawn to a sort of, I guess, conviction to help them. I really wish to help these people seek that potential. And he'd kind of give like a little like side glance towards Amelia, knowing Amelia's goal, and he feels like somewhere inside, like there's like something there, and also with his desires to further his blacksmithing, with like the master. Like there's this kind of like he has these pieces in play of how to like where to focus his conviction, and I feel as I have a path. I just wasn't sure if it was the right one. But I wish to help these people redeem themselves. I wish to help Driften to be redeemed. For us to have the lives we truly deserve. And I have an idea. but I'm not sure if it's the right path, but I do feel like it's the path I should try and walk. And so it's not the words, it's no fancy oath ritual. It's simply the conviction behind it.
Yes, just the words help to, I guess, visualize it. And
Set it in stone, sort of.
yeah. Makes it less
like-
of an amorphous concept.
Mhm.
Like when I cast my spells, I have to speak, but it's not the speaking that causes it. I cast the magic, but the speaking and waving my hands helps shape the direction of it and bring it to light.
Without focus and without
True.
the proper tools, it's just energy. You say you don't know if it's the right path. Nobody has a map of the right path. You only know if it's the right or wrong path if you take a few steps down it and realize if you made a wrong turn or not.
That's wise. That's very wise. Makes
I've been
sense.
known to be that, yes.
Yeah, I mean, charisma's more your stat, but like, I appreciate the wisdom. It's a sort of calmed my unease. I think I know what I must do. Perhaps tonight, when everyone comes together, I can say the words. Or declare my oath. It'll probably be at sundown, by the way, so, you know, just look for the gathering of people. You're invited too, Heinrich, so.
Oh, yes,
Not you,
yes,
Jazzy,
of
of
course.
Little wink. Anyway,
And then she kind of goes and like gives you like a rundown. And then she kind of goes, looks at the rest of the crew. Now, magic aside, and he kind of she kind of goes, looks across, and then her eyes settle on Cosmo. It's like, you look like you're good with a weapon. Has he been keeping up with his training regiment?
To like look at Ardevon and be like, oh yeah.
He practices his magic every night.
No, I'm not talking about the magic. I'm talking about his hammer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's been really keeping up on it.
Oh, and he sleeps with that thing like he's the big spoon.
it's not a spoon.
No, you're the spoon.
My dad's
Ah.
not a cell phone.
I'm expecting psychic damage.
Yeah, Ardevon just flinches.
Every time you hear an insult, you're gonna flinch a little bit.
Yeah, like I manifest a slight headache. I'm like, oh, it got me.
Just a permanent 1 damage at every insult.
Yeah.
Hold me back, Cosmo. Hold me back.
I see. Well,
Hmm.
I am curious to see what it is you come up with, but in the meantime, Hendrik, I'm gonna leave you to it. I'm gonna go get a drink.
And as she stands up, he will go for like a bit of a side hug. And
Mhm.
like, it's good to see you.
And
Glad to be home.
she does, and just gives a solid just pat to the back with the side hug too. She's
Mhm.
just like, "You too, kid. You too."
All right. Well, Jazzy, I'm heading over to my parents if you wish to join, or if you have other things to attend to.
Oh, yes, we'll, and Hendrix, like, she's, like, about to say something, Hendrix, like, cuts her off. Like, yes, we'll, you know, we'll, let you know if we find anything interesting, you know? And, we'll pray for you. Do you have a preference on what kind of prayer you want said for you? And you see him, like, return to, like, a table of contents, and there's a list that it's like all the world pantheon of different like rituals and prayers that are said to the world pantheon. I need practice on some of them.
Flashbacks of Franklin.
How about some simple prayer of courage? I think we could all use some courage.
I'll go find my Soul Pantheon book. And he closes it and just goes over to this old box in the corner, lifts it up, and he just starts rummaging through. And Jazzy just kind of looks over at him. I'll meet you tonight. I think it'll be a while before he finds it in his mess.
Okay, don't let him hurt himself.
Yeah, I think that was too late long ago.
And yeah, I think they'd give one more hug as he goes to leave. And there's gonna be just like a little moment when like he stands in the doorway, like puts his hand on the other, like I imagine a dual door, one's open. He's like, puts his hand on the closed one and just like looks out. It just takes a moment to bask, like, and just to take it all in again, and like all the new stuff. Like, wow, progress looks good. I haven't seen it in so long. Well, I guess we can get going towards my parents. Yeah. While we're walking, does anyone have any like questions or things I want to talk about? I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Did you bite your brother's hand off? Is that why he? I awkwardly interrupt.
That's no, like then. If that story makes it sound better, then we can go with that. Maybe I was sleepwalking.
You bit your brother's hand off? What?
If I told you a straight lie, then yes, that's how it happened.
What?
But if you want to know how it actually happened, you can ask a second time.
I'm gonna do an insight check. A 9.
It's hard to tell.
He's like probably facing away from you, so for him, like he's got like this face.
He's like probably like trying not to chuckle.
Yeah.
If I may like narrate in the third person, I think Vivi, I think you might get the sense, Ardevon, that Vivi is just eating it up. Like everything you're saying is just he's just yes anding all of it.
That's not what I have written down.
Yeah, wait. What did he say? What did you say, Wayne?
I said that's not how I have it written down. That's not. You said it was something else.
What's in your books? What's it say?
That's the whole reason he went to go find Belton. Belton did it.
Belton ate the hand?
Ardevon would laugh at that. He is like for sure. Like that's a like pretty much a belly laugh at that.
Okay. The scene pans upward, laughs are heard.
As Wayne is unknowingly just trying to correct it.
And yeah, it just isn't working. Like Vivi has it in his head that Ardevon ate a dude's hand.
So, Gavin, I know you kind of already said it before, but can you just describe to like the general feel of like if Amelia's like looking around, like she's looking at this town, it's really small, it's poor, and it's kind of nowhere she's ever been before. So she's trying to understand how people here generally feel, and just kind of like she's just looking around and just trying to take in what she sees.
So this is definitely the most extreme poverty you have seen. Like we're talking, some people's shelters are literally some planks of wood wedged into the sand that they kind of sleep in. And so there is a little bit of like solemnity in that, a little bit solemn. But there's also a thing, you see everybody is hard at work, and you get a strong sense of, like a very strong sense of community, stick together through thick and thin, as well as very much a stubbornness of like, the vibe you're getting is stubbornness. So it's like, oh, despite everything, yeah, I ain't going anywhere, and so it's like you kind of get to think of some people. It's like they're tough enough for you. Yeah, resiliency.
Yeah, I like to. Well, a lot of times when I think about how I would describe it, like looking around, you would see like little evidences of some malnutrition. Like some people, you can see somewhat of like a rib cage. I imagine, especially with now that there's been a lot more people and we have some protection, there's been some access to more food, so less malnutrition than Ardevon's probably used to seeing, but you still see the evidences of it. But the one of the biggest things with all of that in mind that is kind of surprising is there's a lot of smiling, a lot of happiness, a lot of positivity in the air with these people, and how they talk to each other, interact with each other, and very supportive. And so even though they look to be like, from an outside perspective, in the worst scenario you've ever seen, there's something about them that just speaks of just this wonder of they have joy, they have happiness, they have purpose, even though the world has sort of screwed them over and taken it and robbed their lives. But they found a purpose here. They found a place, and they feel at home. So it's a very bizarre contrast as you kind of look around and take it in, and you see little evidences, just like with the grandma with her little skill. You see these little skills and little things. People are those little passionate moments and laughter, and it's very surprising when you actually take it all in and try and absorb it.
Yeah. Amelia's she's just taking it in, so she'll just kind of be watching. She's gonna be silent probably most of this, as she's just watching and observing.
Wayne, I think, kind of similar to how he was in Storasil. As we're walking through, he would occasionally just like go up to a random person and start asking them a barrage of questions and things. So just kind of, it could be literally about anything, and he's jumping subjects and different things, but it makes sense in his brain of how he's organizing things.
Some of the people are more than willing to answer every question you have. They think you're like endearing. Some people are confused. Some people are just like,
no other English.
They're just like, is he with you, Ardevon?
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay.
Just entertain him for a moment. He'll get distracted by something else. Throw something shiny.
As someone else starts moving, Killo's by, oh wait, I have a question.
And so, it's just this, just chaos. You're getting the whole spectrum of reactions to you, Wayne.
And it's gonna be a lot of like, what was what made you move to Driften? What was life like? How do you think of Driften? What was it like living with Ardevon? It just like overall like life experiences, personal experiences of the town, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Clarification also with my observation before, because there's technically 2 different groups of people here, even though they're both the same. Like they're all from Driften now. There's the refugees, and then there's those that lived here before.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine those that lived here before is more what Sean was describing.
Yes. Yeah.
It's probably a little different for the refugees.
The refugees, they're a bit more solemn. However, it seems that some of the non-combatants are starting to relax a little bit, but the ones that are obviously warriors of some shape or other, either there's looks of shame, there's looks of anger, looks of determination, and just like a lot of repressed things. They seem pretty reserved, but just like the rest of the town, their hands are not idle. They're doing stuff.
So I did say she was gonna be quiet, but I just had an idea. I think Amelia, as we're like walking and Vivi's like still talking about how he believes Ardevon ate his brother's arm.
Yeah, and
Amelia,
I'm using
after,
mage
like,
hand now to like replay it, like I'm mage handing myself eating.
Like trying to see how it would fit, like the
Yeah,
logistics
I'm
of it.
I'm like LARPing Ardevon, basically.
I guess, yeah, she would just kind of walk up to Vivi and just be like, hey, I wonder if we could put on a show for these people later. Just like some sort of entertainment.
Oh, what a great idea. That's fantastic. And then Princess can, yeah, that would be fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Princess can go say hello to everybody. That's what it is, right?
She can deliver cupcakes.
Yes.
From
okay.
From Cosmo.
Oh yeah. Okay. There we go.
We'll have Cosmo do the catering for a yeah. Perfect.
But yeah, that might be a nice little way to cheer up some of the people here. A little distraction.
What a great idea. Best to do it on a night when everything's shut down, so we get everybody there.
Well, we can ask Ardevon. Maybe he'd know the best day.
Yep.
Well, I can't wait.
Excellent. We'll do some planning in a little bit.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Eventually, though, you do make your way to the shoreline. This part of the lake, the waves are really small. They're not big crashing waves. It's dark, kind of murky sulfur waters. You got that sulfur smell. If you touch the water at all, it's pretty darn warm. This area of the lake is almost kind of like a natural hot spring as well. But as you go, you kind of see walking back towards the village a pair of people with a bucket of carrying a bucket of fish. One of them with a makeshift fishing pole slung over the shoulder. And as they get closer, you realize they are two wolf Luperian with kind of grayish white coloring. A man and a woman. And then as they approach, you see they both just kind of stop and stare a bit. And then the woman speaks up. Ardevon?
Not good. I'm in Ardevon's heart right now. Oh, I can't compose myself. Oh yeah, he's when he sees his mom, the kid's gonna. I'm like, I went away for a long time before I saw my mom, so I get a little bit of an idea.
Mhm.
But yeah, he'll just like hug and fall to his knees.
Yeah, and as she hugs him, she's like, "My boy," and she'll just start kissing your cheek, like the side of your head, your forehead, and just doing that. And the and
Dang it.
yeah, Ardevon, your father just kind of stands over and just kind of looks down as you're hugging your mother, and just kind of gives you a.
Yeah, I think like after a moment, he kind of composed himself just a little bit. He's definitely crying, 'cause, like he can only hold back so much, but he would kind of go into like on one knee and give his father like a respectful like on his knee bow, like you're addressing your captain. And then like once he gets acknowledged, he'll go up and embrace him as well.
Yeah, he just kind of yeah, as you're like kind of giving that full like salute bow before you can even stand up on your own, he lifts you up and pulls you into a big soldier
That's
bear
impressive.
hug.
Let's see. Okay.
And
Thanks.
yeah, and he just squeezes you, and then eventually he'll go and like hold you at arm's length, kind of look at you. You look a bit more composed.
It's been quite the journey. Glad to see that you two are doing well.
Well as we can. I think you owe me a new set of armor.
How did
Speak-
you already know? I
Well,
guess
I
Armin
mean-
did. Maybe not. I don't know. He shouldn't have been.
Well, I'm saying that because what did you do to my old set? I was saying that because you've been wearing it for so long. I don't know if I'd want it back. What did you do?
I think Ardevon would laugh at that.
Accidentally tattletale to yourself.
Yeah. It's like I think you'll like it. When we get back to the forge, I can. I have my things there. I can show you what I made. Armin's trying to get everybody together. I want to sort of address all of you and tonight. You know, have a bit of a meal. And
I could
yeah,
put on
I
a
wanna...
stew for everybody as your mom kind of speaks up.
Yes, that would. And he gets like a little bit of a pout. Like I've missed your stew.
And I'll
hear
bake some dinner
Vivi.
rolls to go with it.
You hear a little whisper between Vivi and Amelia. There's a show. We'll build a show around it.
Oh, this is the
All the
moment, I
attention.
think.
Yes.
We might want to, we'll have to ask Ardevon if it's okay. It
No,
sounds
we'll
like a
just
good idea.
Just surprise him. Don't.
Oh, it's just a surprise?
He's
I
got
don't know
other
if we
things on
should.
his mind right now. He doesn't need us.
Oh, maybe.
We're doing him a favor. See?
Oh, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
I would love some stew. So, are you just heading back home?
Yeah, that's what we were doing. Yeah, we're just gonna
Mind
go
if we
home.
walk with you?
Oh, of course, you can always walk with us. So, are you gonna introduce me to your friends?
Yeah, I'm sorry. And yeah, he'd introduce. This is Vivi and Princess, very good friends. This is Amelia, and this Cosmo. This is Wayne, and they've been the best group I've ever traveled with. They've saved me more than, well, I can't count very high, but he saved me more than it. More than I can count.
I also think it would be good for you to know that Ardevon is absolutely incredible, has helped us out many a time, and is definitely one of the best men I've ever met.
And with that, his mom just goes, "Oh, we did raise him right."
I was going to
how we
commend you
raised
as well.
him.
I was going to say you must be very good parents if you turned out this way.
Oh, I like her, Ardevon. She's nice.
They are all very nice. And like a little nod of appreciation to Amelia. I mean, you two are the best parents I've ever had. So
What a compliment. All
But
right.
yeah, and let me tell you, like, so we kind of met, and he'd kind of start telling a little bit of how this little group began
Mm-hmm.
with the monster, with the beasts, and moving on, and the you know, all the different adventures and the weird ooze that I almost died in, and a super good friend, Dante, and everything on this walk.
And honestly, with how much there is to go over, I feel like that the storytelling would go well into making dinner, which your mom would definitely make you help cook.
Oh yeah, and yeah, like you'd get back to their house, and their house is like, you know, it's kind of nice compared to a lot of the other houses. Seems like a lot of the people have sort of pitched in to help make some of the founders, the ones that gave them a home. It's kind of like they kind of pitched in to help make sure they had a nice place to stay. And a lot of this, like I've seen like images of some of the Fallout games, like where it's got some sheet metal and things. Like theirs look a little bit nicer, where they have mostly, like a lot of their walls are pretty much not see-through, and so it's kind of nice. They have actually like a little space for like a little bedroll, like a little place where they can sleep. It's not where it's separated from the main area, so that's a little different from other places. And he, like, Ardevon would just point out, like in the main room where there's just makeshift little table that we've been prepping for the meal. It's like, oh yeah, just right here, just on the ground. Like this is my room. This was where I slept. Like this is the spot. This is where Ardevon grew up. It's just this little spot right here, and you can see his little bedroll tucked in somewhere, as he's like not home anymore. But you could just see that little bit of that history of Ardevon, where he grew up.
And you would also notice that Ardevon's father does have quite a few scars, walks with a limp, and you would all along the walk they would also introduce themselves. You learn their names. Ardevon's father is named Thanos, and his mother is named Raven. And eventually, just kind of as they're going near the end of the cooking process, you kind of get her caught up to speed. Get them caught up to speed as the stew is just about ready. And she kind of looks just like, yeah, you've been busy.
Yeah, you could say that. It's been quite the adventure. And I guess you probably have like someone grab the cart and like bring it over to the house instead, so we can like show off the armor and everything. I guess we've been on quite the adventure so far, and it's been rather successful. And Father, this is what I wanted to show you. And he'd take out his armor.
You melted down my armor for that.
Absolutely, I did. Talk about quite the polish.
I want to be mad. But that is some damn good blacksmithing right there.
Well, I only wanted to have the best of the best. There's nothing else I would have settled for than the armor that my father once wore. And it still carries with me to this day, and I plan to carry your history with me wherever I go. Even though it looks a little different, it's the same steel that saved your life time and time again. I'll put it on.
And he kind of just looks at and he's like, all right. I'm more into diplomacy these days anyway. I guess I don't need armor.
Oh, I can make you some more, don't worry.
You also helped make mine.
Oh yeah, that too. See this one? We had some run-in with some very, very skillful blacksmiths that I've been tutoring. I plan to make a little bit of an announcement. And that's part of the announcement is, you know, what happened with them. But suffice to say that things are looking up. Plus, I mean, the town, it looks like it's more of an actual living town than ever before. Like, how is this for you? Like, how is this has always been sort of a dream of yours, you know, forced on you, but still.
Yeah, I just didn't expect the refugees to be. Or I didn't expect the newcomers to be refugees from, from an active war zone. I do expect, you know, the Wanderers people down on their luck, but not harboring what are essentially survivors of of an attack. It's a new one for me.
Now that's a bit of a surprise. I haven't had refugees in, well, as far as I went there for a while.
Yeah. Technically, to some extent, we're all refugees, but different circumstances. And with that, you hear just knocking at the door, and then not waiting for an answer, just knocking at the door, and you see Armand and Jazzy kind of walk in. Well, it took me bloody ages because everybody decided to be all on opposite ends of the town today, I guess. And I just had to walk back and forth and back and forth. But I got everybody.
Well, don't worry, I just did a little prayer of courage, so I'm glad that it could help you push you through.
And eventually, over the next couple minutes, you see Liz. You see Liz enter. You'll see, Old Man Hendrik. You'll see a couple people that you haven't quite met yet, and then some of the random townsfolk. A couple of the kids that would have greeted Ardevon by now just coming in. So like more people than were definitely like told there just to come and see Ardevon.
Oh yeah, and I think like the group of kids that come, like Ardevon's super excited. He turns like suddenly into a like everyone's favorite uncle at that moment, and he becomes a little bit of a jungle gym. Like it's only for the kids that you'll see him this way, but yeah, like he's having a little talking to with each one of them, and I imagine a few of them are a little too tall, but they're still the same people, so I guess he still likes them. But yeah, he loves the kids of this town.
Yeah, and so but eventually they're Ardevon, your mother, kind of brings out, yeah, I figured this would happen, and she brings out, rather than the large pot that she was working on, it takes a couple minutes longer, but basically just a cauldron. And just and just drops it down. All right, well, everybody grab a bowl.
I imagine
Just
it's like evening.
scoop
like
your.
turning late.
Yeah, it's turning late. Just scoop it up with your bowl and have at it.
Like one of those ones where like everyone is like out in the yard kind of a thing.
Yeah, just like an open area to another house. I imagine there's a handful of people that tried bringing little things, like a little potluck.
Yeah,
Whatever they
there's a
could.
good amount of people that bring like
People
dried
that
meats,
just-
jerkies.
Right, like some cherry tomatoes from like the one garden nearby.
Yep.
Which is something simple, but it's nice.
A lot of it is fish, and a lot of it is like is fish, like catfish and things like that. And there seems to just be a sense of just like a general sense of like togetherness and community. And some of the refugees have actually been wandering over to get some food and just kind of participate. However, Cosmo, you are still getting like some side glances from them.
Yeah, she's definitely sitting in a less populated corner just off by herself and eating. Trying to take up as little space as possible, basically.
Oh.
Do you think it's obvious that people are watching Cosmo, or is it just something she notices because they're looking at her?
These people are not known for subtlety. It's pretty easy to realize. With your passive insight, it's pretty easy to realize.
Okay, yeah, she'll just she's gonna stay real close to Cosmo then. And just like if people try and look at Cosmo and she catches them like looking, she'll do like a glare back at them to get them to stop looking.
I create a distraction. Seeing what's happening there, I create a distraction in an attempt to pull as much of the crowd's attention in a different direction so that they can have their moment. Does that work?
What is your distraction?
It's just passively. I'm not gonna try and
Yeah.
talk to her. I'm just kind of tell these people hey, back off. Don't try anything. She's not alone.
You can go ahead and make an insight check if you'd like.
Me?
Yeah, if you want to kind of gauge what the glances are.
Sure. I'm real bad at this, but we'll give it a shot. Oh yeah, good old 10.
See, I want to,
It's
but I
hard to
know
gauge.
I'm I really want to do the insight check, but I would be working the crowds, asking this is so convenient. Everyone is in one spot for my questions.
If anybody's
cool.
gonna keep their attention off of me, it's gonna be Wade.
I don't need to know. I just want people. I just really want people to try and back off.
I do think Ardevon would kind of, as it's a little more casual right now, it's died down a little bit in the welcome home intensity. He would kind of sit next to his dad for a little bit after noticing some of those glances and kind of ask, "Do you have any idea why some of the refugees might be looking at my friend with the way that they're looking? I think it's sort of making her uncomfortable. But do you have any idea what that might be?"
Nothing I'm aware of.
Interesting.
Ask him if they've ever seen a tiefling before.
I'm sure Sheragor would know. He's a warlord, but he's not here at the moment. He's probably in his own shed resting. He was gravely injured when they brought him here. But
Oh, so he came with them?
he did not want to suffer the indignity of running into a neutral zone where where the combat is prohibited. In his words, it would have been shameful.
Okay, well maybe tomorrow we might if we see him we might well we can ask him. Okay, well I thought I'd just ask. I hate to see my friend sort of sheltered or, reserved.
And you see, you see, he kind of goes and looks at Cosmo. You see him get up, walk over to some of the refugees, pull them aside, and talk to them for a minute. And then you just hear him thank them. And then he goes and sits back down. And with that, Cosmo, the eyes are off of you. They leave you alone.
That's not going to change her discomfort one bit. Because she knows they're aware. So even if they're not looking, she knows they're thinking.
Tell you anything, or did you just ask them to stop staring?
I asked them to get Sheragor to here to enjoy their meal and, well, to enjoy this meal with us as well as to answer some questions. But we can save that for after dinner.
Very well. Sounds good. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm not really the type to talk in front of a lot of people.
I mean, from what I've heard, you've, faced worse things than public speaking. But yes, it
It's up
was...
to interpretation.
It was, it took some getting used to for me as well, so... There's no sugarcoating it, you just jump into the deep end. You're muted.
Oh, well, I'm gonna just sort of talk to myself for a sec. After that, then I'll unmute and say stuff. I think, yeah, he'll, all right. Sort of put down his bowl and kind of stand up and go to like his little open spot that's kind of visible to everybody. I'll do a little seeing if like naturally everyone's going to kind of notice, because it should have been like, people should be expecting some sort of word from him. And if that's the case, is that the case?
Oh yeah. It's Armin was saying that you wanted to like address them, and then everybody else who kind of showed up overheard. So as you like stand up, it's almost immediate, just silence kind of falls as all eyes turn to you.
And yeah, he kind of like he's kind of like like a little bit starting off as Sokka, I guess, like just a little uncomfortable, little not confident, whatever. And I've never, I don't think I've ever given a speech before. Well, here it goes. I think like people around him, like it's familiar. They have like a little bit of a chuckle whenever he tries to make it a little bit lighthearted when he messes up or stumbles. But I guess first of all, I would like to say it's amazing to be back and have everyone so, seeing so much progress in the town. I'm very grateful to you, Sky Dancers, for providing your protection. It's a good comfort to know that you're here and aiding. So had quite the journey recently. I have met these wonderful comrades of mine. Very powerful and important people, just like all of you. People who have dreams, ambitions, desires. In a lot of ways, they've reminded me of you, and you, me, them. You remind me of them too. I had a little more like chuckle, but it's always been a part of my blood to protect and respect the dreams of my father. And because of him, we are all together. We have a home. We have a place in this world that's thrown us out. A place where this world has cast us aside and deemed us unworthy of participating in just living. I was the firstborn here. Anyone younger than me has only known this. I've never even been given the chance to be rejected. And I see how we all have our whole lives, we've worked to build each other up, to teach each other, to be there as support. And I have this aching need, this desire. I want the world to know you. I think the world needs to know you. Like I know. I never really thought of myself as a paladin, but I was taught by the best paladin there is. And I swore an oath for my sister and for my family that we'd be reunited again. That oath is fulfilled. But still the ache exists in my heart. And so now I swear a new oath. And he kind of takes his hammer out and like wearing and his full armor. I swear to you, my people of Driften, that you will be redeemed. That the world will know of your great deeds. That you will have everything you deserve. I swear to redeem my family and my people, and you are all my family. And I would die for each and every one of you. So thank you for being the best of friends, the best of family a man could ever hope for. Trust in me and my friends. I have a plan. I have a plan. Keep being the you that I know you to be. Keep fighting to have purpose in your life. Trust in me and trust in my Father's vision. And you shall know redemption. You shall have joy, and you shall be a member of this world. And we all together will make this world a better place. I swear to you, and my honor and on my life, I will not stop until we are redeemed. And he'll kind of hold up his hammer at that.
It takes a moment, but it takes a moment. There's just like a moment of stillness, and then one person kind of stands up and they're like, yeah! And then eventually another person and another until the whole gathering just starts clapping. It's like, yeah! And it just erupts into a thing. And with those words spoken, Ardevon, you feel a coursing through your body, almost like a physical feeling of the conviction being there, but to put it in terms you understand, you took the ingot of what was of desire and given it form into a blade. And thus, you give your oath form.
It's too much.
Yeah,
The oath
too
is
much.
powerful.
my whole thing like just fully glitched out. Ooh, that brought me like to the other profile for the Caranel campaign and everything.
Failed your emotional stability
Yep.
save.
Yep. I'm
There's
glad it
another
waited
word
until
there.
after the speech to
Ooh.
do that.
Ooh, fancy.
But
How are we doing?
eventually,
Good.
yeah.
I think one more thing he would say. And before I turn in for the night, I wish to reveal that I have a intentional gift for my brother, Armin. When I took the time and learned how to blacksmith this set, I learned from very particular masters. One of which had a metallic or silvery arm. And with this armor, I am going to be appealing to the master blacksmith inside the mountain, where he will teach me how to meld the silver. And a brotherly oath I swear to you, I will restore that hand. And we will be blacksmithing till the end of days. Just like old times.
You see, he like tears up a bit. It's like, till the end of days.
You
Do
and
we-
me, brother.
So no retirement.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
bloody
Not ever.
kidding. And he just gives you a big old hug.
Yeah, there's some brotherly laughter and hug, but the feeling is, the sincere feeling beneath.
Mhm. But eventually, as the night goes on, the townspeople trickle away to their little
Wait.
hovels.
Wait, Vivi, I
Yeah.
think this is the perfect time.
Yeah, this is it. It's now.
Right now.
This is it. This is it. And I know the first thing. I know the first thing we have to do.
Go for it.
We have to get other people to do stuff for us. Cut to where it's now us in front of Wayne and Cosmo. Okay, guess what? You've got jobs to do. Ready?
Let's just say yes. It'll be great.
Okay.
Cut to.
I'm
Cut
not
to.
sure
Like,
that's it.
there's so like, okay, do you guys remember the train episode where
Where
we
you're all doing the instruments.
That's what I was thinking.
it's that. It's let's do that. And so just as an example, I have tons of things that can like help this if you think of it as actions taken over a nighttime. So for instance, I've got I've got charm person, I've got prestidigitation, minor illusion, mage hand, I've got princess, I've got distort value, I've got aura of vitality. That's the another one that I haven't even used yet. So these are just different things that your character could use over the course of an evening to like create some sort of a presentation. So in my idea, Vivi is doing just showmanship stuff like puppet shows and fireworks and a dramatization starring Princess of the alternate history of what happened to the hand. You know, stuff like that.
Which Armin thinks is
Oh, man.
hilarious.
Oh yeah, I think like once like this starts happening, like Ardevon's eyes are gonna light up. He's like, yes. He's gonna go and grab his drum for like a little musical part. And one thing that's like, you know, it's a little precious moment, but like Armin's gonna have like this thing where he's gonna look at his mother. You'll notice that like Armin and Jazzy, they have dwarven parents. Like we don't share the same parents. But his Armin's mother will go with him and they'll grab Armin's like lute. And Armin is with his one hand is going to like do the chords while his mother's going to try just strumming, and she's sort of his right hand. And they're gonna just everyone's just gonna try and play along, but like this is the lightheartedness after the speech that Ardevon was like didn't know he was craving. And so like when Vivi starts getting all this together with Amelia, like he is just like his eyes light up. He's so excited to just spend the rest of this evening in just jolly sense of happiness.
And
I think Wayne will be like an awkward older brother to the kids, where he like gets them excited and gets them dancing with the music and everything, and he's dancing along with them, but it is so bad and awkward. But the kids just are having fun with it.
And yeah, like after the music, go and sit with Cosmo and hang out and just try and make the best of a night.
And Vivi, with all the stuff you're doing, like one of the biggest challenges in Driften is lack of entertainment. So just about anything you do gets such a positive reaction. Like even if you just completely would flub the performance role for it, everybody is all for it because you know the rest that they could do is watch geysers.
and also just as a little invitation to everyone else on the team here, throughout the night, at some point, if you hadn't attempted to do anything, a little monkey might actually come and poke you, and then just like point. Just point, like, just, you know, if you want to make a performance roll to do something, like, but you can also say no. So
Me?
yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
yeah.
What do you
she's
do
just
when the
gonna,
monkey comes?
She's just gonna pat Princess's head and just. Princess.
Okay, she like brushes your leg and pats your knee. And then he runs off. And Nikki, was there anything that you
What is Amelia
to
doing
do?
for this?
And
think
we could do duets as well if you want.
I think Amelia, just because I think fireworks is such a normal prestidigitation thing. I think she's just like shooting them off, like she's doing like whistlers,
light show,
and like just like trying to make them as loud as possible, and that's how she's contributing mostly.
And Amelia, especially with like especially with like the kids and you know the people interested in like the you know, the people that are here that have more feminine interests, like they'll see like your dress and like ask you about it and like all that kind of stuff, and just like
she'll be like, "What do you want to see?" And she'll just like change it magically in front of them, like a full-on ball gown pops out at some point.
It's just
she's doing the catwalk in and out of like a barrier.
I do think she'll like when she's doing fireworks and things, she will like try and like she's not trying to like get Cosmo to like join in. She's just trying to be like, "Hey, just so you know, I remember you're here. Like you're not alone." So she'll shoot off a little thing like right at you. and then laugh, and then go back to what she was doing.
Every time she comes out, I'd like to like pretend that I had a performance check, whatever. And as she would walk, Vivi would play basically the tune of "I'm Too Sexy" by Right Said. So that music's
It's
always
like, not
playing.
sure if I like this, but I'm
Like
always
on a
up for it.
violin.
She's like super like blushing. She's very embarrassed.
But eventually, as the night goes on, people slowly start to trickle away. Until it's basically just left as the Paragon, Ardevon's parents, Armand and Jazzy, and Liz, all just kind of there. And a kind of stillness goes as people, after kind of exerting that much energy, are out, either passed out drunk partway on the way home, things like that. But eventually in the dark of night, just nothing but the torchlight and the insane amount of stars and the sky with no light pollution going on. Eventually you hear footsteps of a small group approaching. And eventually you see a group of the refugees show up. And you see they are helping somebody. And as this person enters a torchlight, you see he is wrapped up in bandages. His right leg is missing, and he's on a makeshift crutch. A portion of his head is bandaged, covering an eye, or his eye socket. You can see there are a kind of underneath the bandage, you can make out a gaping wound that goes down his whole torso. Man, he seems to be half elven, dark skin with dreadlocks and very dense tattoos of just line work. See. So you weren't joking. It's the Endbringer, isn't it? Oh, I've been waiting to talk to ya. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
I'm the Endbringer.
I knew it.
Yes, please take the title. I don't want it.
Well, thank you to everybody who tuned in. Bit of a longer episode, but, love just having so much fun. I love this so much.
Ugh.
Yeah, just a couple quick things before we head out. We got our Patreon. You get benefits like Discord, exclusive Discord access, chances to play games with either me or any of the other cast members, should you find them on that Discord. And the highest tier, you'll get permanent discounts on all that stuff. And once again, thank you to our patron D4 fan, and also thank you Vampy Unicorn for the sub as well. Always appreciated. This
Also,
will...
shout out to Ardevon. That was some great
Yes.
roleplay.
Oh my gosh.
Good job,
You
Artie.
mean Sean?
No, I said Ardevon.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Ardevon.
Ardevon
I
is so
was
good at
mentioning-
playing Sean.
I've been
Yeah, it's
struggling
kinda
to keep
crazy.
the emotions in this whole time. Just people
Now that we're done it.
making music, just
I don't
him
have to
being
be
happy.
emotional
We're
ever
all
again in the
very in
campaign.
touch with our
This is the
emotions.
last episode that Ardevon is emotional.
Yeah, and he's
I'm
staying
so-
here too. So I just again gotta put in a character.
No,
But-
don't break me like
Bye,
that.
Ardevon.
Once again, thank you all so much for tuning in, and most of us will see you in 2 weeks from now on our next episode. But those of you that can make it, me, Andrew, and Erica, as well as our 2 new cast members, we will have our episode on Wednesday night for the Carinal campaign. So,
Some of these fools are in that.
yep.
I'm not one of them, unfortunately.
I'm a fool.
Yeah, you're banned from it, Nick. I'm just kidding. You're banned
Maybe
from
I'll
it
show
because you
up
have a
one
day
day.
job.
I do.
We don't accept employed people here. Just kidding. But I hope you all have a fantastic night, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.